Hi guys, give me 30 more seconds. 30 more seconds. 30 more seconds. 30 more seconds. I think we're good. I'm trying to get fucking TikTok to work. Guys, thanks for waiting for me. I don't even know if you guys see me. Okay, fuck, it worked. Okay. All right, hold on. This is a new one. Not a new one, but I see you guys in the chat. A few of you. Please don't go. Please stay. And if that's the board book, that's going to get loud. But now, I want to talk about spirituality and mental health and the new earth and all that stuff. And I swear, you might as well put your tinfoil hats back on. If you have them, if you don't have them, please just bear with me and keep an open mind. I'd really appreciate keeping an open mind because this is I stayed sober because of spirituality this time. It took me a long time to get sober. I don't know if you guys even see me yet. You guys didn't see me yet. Hold on, I'm trying to wait. I don't get. Why do you keep saying that to me? Why do you keep saying that to me? I love you guys. I'm sorry. And this is part of my mental health actually. If you want to be honest with you, like the fact that I'm always late to things, and I always think, oh, hi James, you sir need to be here with me today, sir. Thank you for being here. I saw your thing the other day, and I was very excited to see you. Trust me, I have notes. I do. But this is part of this is getting my nerves. I give up on this one. Fuck it. All right, where are you guys at? Okay, we're here. We're here. Hi, kitties. Yeah. So I try not to do this, and this where all I do is talk about myself, but I don't understand. Like I'm trying to like navigate this whole subject, like because to me, it's my mental health. I believe now is affected by the new earth. It's affected by spirituality, and there's a thing we're called star seeds, or a lady named Dolores Cannon discovered back in I think it was in the 60s. She started doing past life regressions, people that were past lives back into. Oh wait, I didn't even introduce myself. I'm Reality. I can do my whole thing. I'm Reality of Krista Marie. This is the Who's Starting On podcast. Not right now. This is Spirituality with Krista Marie. James, if you'd like to come up, I'll drop you a link. Oh, you have to leave. Oh, if you want to come up, I would like you to come up. And we could do this together one day. Because I was going to tell everybody I'm doing this on Friday nights. I want to keep it the same time. Like I don't want to call it an AA meeting. If we're going to call it spirituality, mental health, addiction, anything that revolves on that stuff that you guys want to talk to, it could be anonymous. It's a safe space. Trust me. I struggle with all of it. It's called dual diagnosis. But yeah, so this is YouTube, and I'm also live on all 5 platforms, which is YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, X. I said that already. TikTok. Oh my God, let me turn Instagram on. Instagram's on. Oh shoot. Hi guys. Just have to turn you on. I don't have a job. This is my job, and I still can't ever get on time. It does. I struggle with allegedly. There's an orb here. There's an orb in here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's just in front of my face. I don't know if that caught that or not. There's just an orb in here. Thank you. I have to find you. Okay. James Collins. Yes, please, another time. Definitely. This was a last minute thing. Oh, okay. I hope you're okay. I want to send you lots of love. James Collins Cares. He has a YouTube channel. If anybody, I'm here. If you're there, can you please drop this link in there for James or something? And I'm one of those creators. I don't tell people they can't self-promote. Like, I don't even know that word. To me, I hate it. You can literally, anybody has a channel, you have anything, any platforms, please drop it in there. And everybody's welcome up here. Everybody's opinions are welcome. Nobody is going to make fun of anybody else's opinions. Don't laugh. You can laugh at me if you want. Don't laugh at each other. Because I am a hybrid alien here to save the planet from planet Alcyon, here to just not activate others. Just kidding. I'm not just kidding. That's the second half of my life. Now, don't laugh at me, but all this comes from guides and guardians and mediumship, so it all around spirituality. But I do have some notes, and did I introduce myself to everyone? Yeah. allegedly bipolar 2, allegedly borderline personality disorder, ADHD. And if you see me, how I'm always like, I'm always playing with my hair. I just can't sit still. I don't do it even in my everyday life. I don't go out in my yard and just relax and enjoy the goddamn fantasy tropical Ireland or tropical island I've made for myself. It looks like I like to entertain. I don't even sit still and enjoy it. I can barely go in the pool. I'm oh, you're like me, and this is like I'm like in the mirror. That's what took me so long in the mirror. James Conn's, yes, his channel is I think spirituality and like mental health, and I believe it'll even spirituality is I don't even want to say it's not a religion. It is non-denominational. It is just learning that the universe is made out of love, that everything is love. Love is an energy. Love is a thing. It's a living. It's a thing. And our earth was created out of love, but got hijacked somehow. The new earth is going to be, I believe, right now when we raise our consciousness, that we will all be on the new earth. I feel like I'm on the new earth. I'm on the most benevolent timeline available. I say that saying 3 or 4 times a day every time I think about it. When I say this information comes from my guides and guardians, I figured out information myself. I don't want to call them downloads, but I had an awakening, and then after that, I had some readings, really, really good energy readings, and it's just validated the Star Seed Second Wave Volunteer from Planet Alcyon, and there's a story I'll tell you about the word Alcyon that followed me my whole life. um, yeah, so I do this, and I don't know where to start. It's crazy because there's so much, and like going to public school, I thought I was stupid, like book stupid, right? Couldn't literally, I sucked. I can't retain information, right? Going through school, but I like to learn, right? I like to do things, but whatever. Then you find out everything I taught us was a lie. Everything I say is alleged, my opinion, my perception. That's it. This is nothing fact. This is just my perception and what I've learned over the years and validated. Thank you. What was I just saying? Public school. Everything you taught us was a lie. So then I realized when I had this awakening, which was in January 2020, listening to a podcast, Kate Casey's podcast, she told me, or she was giving out different shows to watch. She said, watch Surviving Death on Netflix. And she had a guest, an interview, and it was a lady who had a near-death experience, and she had some premonitions, and her story was, a near-death experience. And I was like, what? And I heard a little boy had one a long time ago, but we had no name for it. He just said he wouldn't sell Jesus. That gave me a little bit of hope, and that was the only one I ever heard of. I had no idea that there was thousands, thousands of people. There's a lot of channels that talk about them. The stories are amazing. But anyway, the whole thing is she had an awakening. She had a near-death experience. I listened to the story. I go to the Surviving Death on Netflix, the show. That was the moment I felt that when I tell you a moment in your life, a moment in time where your entire power, everything changes. Your entire outlook, your entire power, like you just feel like you have this lost information, and all it's new information, but it feels like old new information. It's hard to explain. There's also a feeling I get. It's like okay. So if you wanted to explain a color to a blind person, you would never be able to do it, right? Because they've never experienced it. This is how I feel when there's an emotion that I get that I've never felt before, and I've only felt it a few times in my life, and I know now what it is. I don't know what it is, but it's just the closest I can call it is a home feeling. When I was younger, I used to go to public school. I went to the library. Remember, we had library class. Go find a book that you want to read. Okay. Well, I don't know why. I don't know if it's because my dad told me to see E.T. like 10 times. I was like 5 when that came out. But anyway, I would always go for alien UFO books. And I would, the ones that were real. And there wasn't many back then. I'm 47. I'm actually 35 in my brain. But anyway, at that time, that was in the 80s. Okay. And I don't know what I found that I would read them, and it would be like, that's all I wanted to home. I don't want to say home. It's a weird way to say, but it would be comfortable, I'll say. So then I got that feeling when I was starting to watch this near-death experience in a show, and it validated the other side. It validated the afterlife, and well, in my religion, I was Catholic, so let's just out the window. Thank you for introducing me to Jesus. Jesus is my Lord and Savior. Don't get me wrong. I still, Jesus, the source, God is source to me, source energy, thought energy creates. So I believe that we have the higher power, which is source, and then I think we also have our higher selves. But our higher selves are also our guides and guardians as well. We have guides and guardians. I have a birth angel, and it's your guardian angel. She's been with her name is Minnie Minerva. Well, Minerva, we call her Minnie. She's with me all the time. She's a 7-year-old little girl. I personally haven't seen her, but my guides and guardians have, and a couple of different people. So she is me, I guess, an aspect of me, but she'll always be with me. And I was born at 1:09 in the morning, and my whole life I would see 1:09. Now I see angel numbers. I see 333, 22. I see them all day, every day since January 16th, 2021. I remember these dates. It's crazy. Because I said, how come I don't see the angel numbers like everybody else? And then I did. And I today, But anyway, 1:09 followed me my whole life. And then I was like, how come I'm born? So what does it mean? And then I found out that it was her. She was nudging me my whole life. So that's cool. And I told you about Alcyon. So I started to watch Dolores Cannon. I have all 19 of her books. I have them all on Audibles. I can send any book you want from Dolores Cannon from Audibles. I've read all of them. I've listened to all of them. She's my teacher. I call her my teacher. She's no longer with us. Her lectures and stuff are now breaking down on TikTok. People on TikTok share it. Like people, and so I'm so proud of the generations underneath me that do this, because when I was learning all this back in 2012, I had an NDE, didn't remember it. Back in 2012, I overdosed 12-21-12. It was the last overdose, fatal. I was ripping and running for 20 some years. I was on dope. I was on crack, and that was the end. It was it. I died. They brought me back, and there was an earth angel in the hospital that day, and it was a cop, and he had my purse, and I woke up, and I realized, oh shit, I OD'd. I had clothes cut off. It was bad. The people actually stole my car and all the shit that was in it, the ones that threw me on the curb in the hospital. Thank God they brought me there. I was dead for 8 minutes. They brought me back with the things. Narcan was not. I think they did Narcan me twice, but then they had to use the things too. But anyway, I look up. I wake up early. I realized the cop has my purse. I know there's lots of dope in there, and if I get charged with it, I go to prison this time. So I was fucked. Anyway, he walks over to me, and he looks at me, and he said, "Are you okay?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, I found your wax baggies and all your pills, and I threw them out. I'm going to keep one Xanax and charge you with it. And he's like, I'm giving you 90 days to get clean. He's like, you don't look like you look like you look okay, but you look like your next time you're not going to make it." And he's like, and I don't know if he knew, I don't think he knew me, but like he was young. He was a younger cop. I don't know what made him do this, but I said, you got it. I didn't leave the hospital. I went right to crisis. Figured out my mental health. Then I went to rehab. Then I went to jail. But anyway, I saw him within 9 days. Went to court. He did exactly what he said he would do. I'm still in contact with him to this day. He's now retired. But over the years, stayed in contact. He said, "I'm so proud of you." I said, "You know, I've stayed clean ever since that." I told him, "You're my earth angel." But and he's retired now. But one day I'll tell you his name. But yeah, it's and I don't know what would have happened if I would have been to prison. It would have been it. But anyway, I was on probation, and I kept violating it. I wanted to just take care of it. After a year and a half of getting clean, I met George, and that helped too. So he paid off all my stuff and fines. I don't know why I'm whispering, but I didn't have a license. I lost my license, obviously. He paid all my fines. He paid my probation. He paid my stuff. We pay $5 a year, and people always say, "Oh, he gave you a hell. He gave you a." I have to keep the husband, okay? He wasn't going to stay with some drug addict, drug dealing, fucking meth head selling. At the time, I wasn't even. Meth has never been a problem with me. I never really. The drugs. I'm cleaning off the drugs that were killing me. I was doing dope. I was doing crack. I was doing I was addicted to everything at one point. Now that's another thing. Addiction transfers. Like the addiction. I was addicted to sex first. Then I was addicted. I'm sorry. It was shopping first. I used to write bad checks when I was in my 18 in my teens to shop, like money, like really bad. It's like it is now. It's now the same thing. I mean, it's even worse when you're older because there's more money to spend. But anyway, that was my first addiction. Then it was sex, and then it was pills because I ended up getting in a relationship, and then I didn't know addiction was transferring. But I took a Percocet, my first Percocet at 22 after smoking pot and nothing happening. I was going to bars and I was drinking, and I'm like, this is boring. Alcohol doesn't do anything for me. My cousin's like, here, take this Percocet. I'm like, what's that? She's like, take it through. I'm like, you're gonna die. Enter to life for me. So it wasn't. Okay. I ended up within 10 years. I did them every day. I missed every day. I never stayed clean. I was working. I was selling things. So I went to the mortgage business, and that was the end of that. My boss was a cokehead. He had coke for us every single day. We were ripping and running. We were making a lot of money. Nobody could tell. I mean, nobody really cared. We're cokeheads, and we're doing it. My pill problem, eventually, after 10 years, became a huge problem, and I ended up committing some crime, stealing with money and tax evasion. And that's what I was on. Well, I was on probation for a lot of stuff, but that was the main thing. So I went on to pair probation after that, and there's a couple other things that happened, but it's like I don't want to say, but anyway, I have other co-defendants. But anyway, the whole thing is, I was always it was always on the back of my, like, I could never stay clean, and I didn't know why she never put me in jail until the very end, and then it was like, but like, listen, I went in. They promised me that I would be off of it if I paid it off, and they lied. But whatever. It's been 2017 is when I got off the paper. That was when I did it. I did the last 3 years, and I did the right thing because I was with George, and now I've been 10 and 2 ever since, and I stayed off the drugs that were killing me this whole time. Um, like I said, addiction transfer, so I do smoke weed. Unfortunately, I'm still on Suboxone. I've been on Suboxone for 13 years. I didn't start doing it right until like 4 or 5 years in, and also Adderall because I don't take it. And you guys, what you see, the manic me that you see all the time, that is me without Adderall. Okay, that is me naturally. I don't need speed. Makes me speed doesn't do anything for me. So Adderall or anything like meth or anything like that, because meth is Adderall. I'm not saying I do it, but anything like that, I wouldn't speed. So anybody that says, "Oh, she looks like a meth head, she's all over the place, she can't stop," this is me naturally. If I do the Adderall, it does calm me down, but then I end up abusing it sometimes and thinking it's going to make me speed. It's a whole mind fuck. So I just want everybody to know, disclaimer, because I get it in the chat all the time, in the comment section. Why do I keep that to hair? And I just have to say, look, I have ADHD, I have issues, I'm manic, I have anxiety, I get nervous, I'm upset, whatever, man. Like, let me just be. It's been 4 years. I've been on here for 4 years. This is the first time I've ever felt successful a day in my life. I'm not kidding you. Well, I mortgage company, but I would sit to myself and say to myself, I'm a fucking pill addict, and I don't think I could do this job without it. Like, I was like, I'm a loser. Like, and I would watch things like Jersey Shore. I'm here, I'm down, I'm the Jersey Shore. We are them, right? But then I would say to myself, well, I'm a drug addict. They would never fuck with me. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, I'm such a loser. Like, I'm just like them, but like really not. I'm such a loser. I'm such a loser. No idea that my situation, and they were all doing drugs too. And it's like, wow. Like, also I would watch Chandler from Friends. Friends was the first show I watched in rehab that ever made me laugh, right? And I'm like, how awesome is that? Well, watching the show makes me laugh. Find out that Chandler, he had a pill problem. And I'm like, holy shit, like, addiction does not discriminate. And people are like, oh, they have money. No. It's sobriety's free. And it's like, and I found out too, like, in these chats and like in all these like Karen Reed chats, a lot of people are in recovery or struggle with the same things I struggle with. And I guess maybe because I'm an oversharer, I'm the one who's and like I'm right now. I'm like, are they even listening to me? I'm gonna go into spirituality in a second and have all these notes, but I'm just giving you just a little information on me so you understand why I'm talking about it. I never was able to stay clean. I was able to get clean. I stayed clean this time. There was a situation with my biological dad, being the last person that gave me tough love. He said, "Fuck you, go to rehab, go get help." And I said, "You go fucking get help." I guess because I did. I will. And he did. We got clean on the same day. It's the craziest thing. Yeah, he stayed clean this whole time. And then some things happened last October with my parents that we'll just say that I'm a child of a divorce again. I've been a child of a divorce in the 80s, now I'm a child of divorce in 2020. Both my parents are getting divorced from my step parents. It's a thing. They've been in my 48 years. Okay, I'm 47, not 48 years. 38 years, my mom and my stepdad were married, and my same thing with my biological dad and my stepmom. My mom left my dad, my stepdad, and my stepmom. My dad, something happened with my real dad, and my stepmom's threatening to leave him. I don't know if she has yet. I haven't talked to them in almost a year. I went through a lot growing up. Okay, so like the BPD is caused by trauma and stuff as a kid, and I used to say all the time, my childhood was amazing. I have great parents. Blah blah blah. I didn't know how abnormal my fucking life was. I really didn't, and it's like a lot of it's my fault too. My parents did a lot for us. They did a lot to like. But we really fucked up, and we lived a lot of fucking things in my life. But as a child, I'm watching my family fight and argue, and there's like drinking, and it's just a lot of like just chaos. And it was my Bush's house, which my Busha was like my mom. She died when I was 7. That's my grandmother. She's a guardian angel. I talk about her a lot. I've been mourning her my entire life. She died when I was 6 or 7, and I definitely believe she was the first wave volunteer to come down here. A lot of the first wave volunteers have passed away young. This planet's really hard to be on. I'll tell you about the volunteers in a minute, but and my pop dad. So if my dad's parents died my parents. Sorry, I'm gonna start crying. My grandma was 47 and my grandpa was 52 within a year of each other, and it devastated my dad and my uncles. They're all my dad was 27, 26, 25, and they were all married, and we had it was me and my brother. They had kids, and so like in my grandparents, they were everything. So they were young and married, and they lost their parents, and it was devastated my family. And for 20 years, my uncles in and out of prison, me in and out of prison, drugs, divorce, everything. And then something happened like 10 years ago, or maybe even longer. My uncle got out, he got clean, got back with his wife, my Aunt Donna. My other uncle, he's still married to his wife. It's crazy. Like now our lives are completely different and we're back. But guess what? Just because we're sober doesn't mean the mental illness goes away. Bipolar doesn't go away. And I say it with quotes because I just think they put a label on something. Right? Something was happening with people and they put a label on it and wanted to keep you sick. So they give you some. I was on lithium. I was a stabilizer. I don't want to be on a stabilizer. I want to fix what the fuck's going on with me. I don't know if there's anybody here listening, but I hope there is. Um, like so, like right now, like as we speak, I struggle with the fact that I feel like I suck at this. No, I don't ever like all my people. Like I'll see people here, but I don't see them in the chat. But that's just my insecurities, and that just goes along with all these things. I'm completely insecure. I think I'm ugly, fat. I think my hair. I the whole all of it. It takes me 9 hours just to do this, just to look like this, and then to get my mentally prepared. That's ridiculous. So a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, I stopped taking my medication. I don't trust that it's doing me any good. I wanted to fix anything I had going on, and I don't. I see with the bipolar. This is not anything. This is not fact. I'm not a doctor. Don't listen to me. If you have bipolar, just continue doing your regimen. It's just everything I say. It's just what I do. Yeah. So before like 1900, they didn't have the bipolars and all that shit. That was not a thing. And my great grandmother, who was born in like 18 something, she outlived her parents, like my grandparents' parents. I didn't know this. My uncle just told me she was bipolar, diagnosed bipolar. My uncle's diagnosed bipolar, and I am. And then I think my niece might be. But the thing is, like to me, when I talk to my guides and guardians, it's because this is the first time for me being human. This is my first human incarnation, and this is when I had the NDE. I didn't remember it for until I still kind of don't remember. And I had somebody read it for me, like a guide and a guardian read it through a mediumship, and validated what I thought was just that I got it. I had an NDE guide. I crossed over. I was met by my guides and guardians. They showed me. They said, "Look, you made this agreement that at this point in time, this exit point in time, that this would happen to you, and that if your soul was tired, you could have a partial walk-in." I agreed to have a partial walk-in for my higher self. Again, don't remember this consciously. And I'll explain what walk-ins are. Don't get freaked out, please. This happens. This is like a scientific thing. So we'll talk about it. But anyway, I walk in partial walk-in. It was a partial part of my soul because I was tired. I was ripping and running for a long time, and I still have racing thoughts, intrusive thoughts. I've always had them. So it's like my soul was tired. So half of me left, and then another of my higher self came in, and I think that's another reason why I was able to stay clean. But anyway, they showed me my future, gave me a choice. I said I was going to come back. I was supposedly the first half of my life until I was 40, I was going to have to learn how to be human, which I chose addiction. It's also the family that I was born into. It's a generational curse that we have. We are trying, I believe, to what do you call it, fix it, the curse, whatever. Because my uncles have been clean. I was the last one that's an addict. So I believe that's also a generational curse with the ones that were here before me. My Busha was a first wave volunteer, which was, and when the atomic bomb went off after Roswell brought us our gravitics, anti-gravitics, that technology actually created the atomic bomb. Because we're a bunch of fucking villains over here, we took it. The beings knew we were doing it because they have the tech, but they gave it to us and we used it for bad. So after the atomic bomb went off, the Earth set off a vibration that messes the whole universe up, and that's not allowed. Galactic Federation and the source does not like that. So we had to wait. I guess it's been 75 years. They hijacked our evolution by doing that. We went to the moon. Guess what? Yes, we went to the moon, but we saw things that we didn't know we were going to see, and the technology we got it taken away from us. That's the whole thing. People say we did or we didn't. We haven't been back because we're not allowed. We weren't allowed. We got the technology taken from us. All those ships. This is what I've learned. There's rockets that you see go up, they don't go. They go through portals. So they don't actually go what they do, what they say they do. That's why it looks so goddamn fake. But that's just, listen. All this is just it's conspiracies that I don't want to call them conspiracies because it's true. In my opinion, it's true. Remote viewings, um, not especially the remote viewings, and just actually, them actually admitting it too. I mean, it's been leaked and stuff. The whole thing is now, thank God, 2025. This is the year, like, we have Christ consciousness. Consciousness. They say the return of Christ, the Christ consciousness is coming back. It's return of that. That's your higher vibration. That's what we were made out of. We were made from source energy, source spark. Source is the only one that can make souls, new souls. So sometimes alien beings like to hijack our evolution, and it's not a prison planet, but they make it seem like it is, because when we pass over, if an NDE, they make us feel like we have to go back, you have to go back, you have to go back. Or reincarnation is, I guess it's a part of, like, uh, karma, I guess. When they show you like a life review, and you see all the things you've done to other people and yourself, and you feel the pain of the other people, and you're like, oh crap, I have to go back home and fix it. So you either reincarnate or you come back for an NDE. I don't want to get too much into that because it's like, you can go down a lot of things with it, but I'm just, in my perception, and if I can provide the books, Eckhart Tolle, Dolores Cannon, all the good. There's people that have channeled beings. They're just, and if all the ships that we're seeing and the ships that they're saying that we don't have, we have plenty of ships. And the higher your consciousness or you raise your vibration, and the more awake you become, the more you'll see them. I believe right now the AI Atlas is the technology that came with Roswell, like I said, and some people have channeled it, some people have felt the energy from it, the mediums and stuff. It's to me, and I'm so excited. It makes me like, I feel like it's finally here. It's like, so we can technology to live longer. We don't have any diseases. It's going to cure diseases. Med beds, they're called. Probably heard of them. There we have them here. They hid them from us because we're motherfucking villains. They're motherfucking villains. The deep state. That's who I talk about when I say they. And don't get, please just don't hold this against me. I am a Republican. I'm not either. But the Democrats are villains. Okay, the Biden crime family, like Clinton, they're all evil in my opinion. At one time, Trump and Elon were channeled, or their higher selves were channeled right before the election, and in my opinion, they said they were here to do the change, to help us change, like peace in the Middle East. I don't know. I haven't looked too much into it, but I'm just going to tell you right now. I finally feel like that's going to happen, and I actually give credit to AI Atlas. It supposedly set out a wave of love and love energy for us all to love each other. And that's all really we're here to learn. We're here to learn lessons, the hard lessons that we were learning before. We don't have to learn them any longer. Incarnation is going to be no longer, because we're going to be able to live. These bodies were meant to live 900 years. We're the only species that has the DNA that kills us after like 100 years. Now it's 120, but I've been trying to manifest that. No, I want no separation from where our loved ones are right now, which is, I think, the fourth or fifth dimension. True heaven is seventh dimension, in my opinion. This is just something I've been thinking about, and I believe I heard it once or twice, that the Earth, or the plane that our loved ones are on, it's a waiting place. It's like not waiting for us, but waiting for this point in time in history. Like a lot of us, if you're a star seed, I'm going to read all the things and let you know if you're a star seed. I do have a bunch of stuff. I'm just getting my background out of there, all that stuff that I've been doing and talking about, and I'll go into details of the other stuff and I'll explain it. But to me, it's a good thing because I've suffered my whole life with anxiety, just the 3D life. I say 3D because it's a matrix, the 3D matrix that was put over us to control us. And you guys know what I mean, controlled by this and controlled by the, I don't want to say the reptilians, but on a higher level, yes. But now they're out of power. They've been out of power, and there's a new sheriff. And he's not even, it's not even really him. It's everybody. It's all the leaders. They all are feeling love, in my opinion. And if you're here with me now, you're on my timeline. You're on the North timeline. I'll explain what the North is. She did not split, or she did split. She's a living being Earth. So, like every day when I get a shower, I command the water to make me younger and to heal me. You can heal yourself. You don't need to pay somebody to do it. If you believe, you just all you have to do is say it. And I do it every day. I ground myself with. I have a tree out there. His name's Healer. My Christmas tree out there. He's huge. I took him pictures of him. He has a garden bed. He has signs on it that says Healer. And I have a sign that says we hug trees. I hug them every day. I talk to him every day. He's like 80 some years old. His name's Healer. I literally want to be a medium. I know that I had an ND. So when I came back, I'll get back to my story in a minute. I want to be a medium, by the way. I already perceive, I know that they're here, but I can't see or hear, and it's crazy. I do the pendulum to get answers, but I need more specific answers. And I know that our abilities are here. That our DNA, we only have two strands that are active. The rest of it is our light body DNA. It's not junk, it's our light body. Like, if you know what the Mandela effect is, our body structures have changed. Our hearts have moved over. Like, we have our light bodies are what we can use to navigate through the other side of the veil. So they're going to be able to come back to us. In my opinion, I think we're all going to be able to be together again. I know that incarnation stuff is probably a thing with that, but I do believe that our soul family, like, because people will be like, well, you're the I prophecies. I'm this. It's like, I am prophecies. Like, I am the villain. I am the perpetrator. I am the wife. It's like you are the I am prophecies, which I learned. And I also give praise to a being called Ra. So I say, Amen Ra, Amen Ra, Amen Ra. I praise to Jesus because he is king too. But I also praise Amen Ra. He was the sun god. And I know there's stories about him being a bad being, but he's not. Ra is in a incarnation of Archangel Michael. And then Archangel Michael. And then it's Namir, you know who I'm talking about. David Wilcox. Edward Casey. Edward Casey was incarnated. He was incarnation from Ra, and then David Wilcox. David Wilcox looks just like I just said his name. Krista, stop smoking pot, and my brain doesn't work either. David Wilcox, Edward Casey. Edward Casey. Look, they did a study on him. He's got the same structure. He looks just like him. He's also been psychic his whole life, so he knows all these things by channeling. And he was one of the Gaia networks. I watched him for years and years. I learned a lot from David. Until his name got Mandela affected on me, and I got freaked out. Wilcox and Wilcox. But anyway, he's got a lot of books. But I believe like, I've also have been introduced to Ra from other people. But Amen, like Amen, Amen Ra. Yeah, so I do all that stuff. I also have Epsom salt that I use in the show. Ever Casey, thank you. Yeah, so in 2020, I started listening to Dolores Cannon's book. First I learned about the afterlife and all that. And I still watch NDs all the time. Again, that's the feeling. I get the same feeling when I feel them. The feeling that I feel when spirituality, I can't get enough of it. Like, when I'm not talking about reality TV, that's what I watch. And then, of course, I step into the true crime stuff because it gives me purpose, feels like purpose. I feel like, and also me wanting to be a mediumship too. I don't want to go, I'm not trying to be famous or make money or anything. I want to do it I would love to just channel John O'Keefe. I said this out loud, that my guides and guardians, but John O'Keefe, I would love to speak to him. And then I want the Idaho 4 to come through. I've tried it a couple times, but my brain, the way my brain works, I have to do I have to quiet my brain, and it's just it's not possible. At this time, I have to learn, I have to meditate. I can't even do that. But I'm asking the universe to fix it for me, and to, like, maybe I want to be able to perceive. Even if it's my third eye, or something. If it's just translation stuff, I don't know. I want to be able to hear too. I want to be clairaudient, clairvoyant, whatever. We all have those abilities. And if you're here and you're like, you think I'm crazy and you don't know what I'm talking about, then I apologize. But that's just what I've learned. And listen, it makes sense when you think about the way that we've been living. And it seems like, yes, that there's these, yes, they're protecting us, and 9/11, and 9/11 was somebody else now. Every single war we created, every single false flag, every single trauma, like the Challenger, 9/11, JFK getting murdered at a turning point, that was all just to keep us down. Those events were to our people doing it to us. They create wars for money. They create wars so they can lend money and get it back. They lend it in what's it, like, the things, or they get it back in, like, tax, what is it called? Bonds or something. Whatever. We lend money, then we get money back in a maybe a payback. We get back all kinds of, like, we wash our money basically. So we create wars, give them money, we get it back. And it's like washed money. And they've been doing it to us. Think about all the death. And in Russia and Ukraine, there's like thousands of men being killed a week. How the fuck is that? Like, thank God, the peace in the Middle East. It makes my heart, like, I feel my heart when I say that. And it needs to lens over fat, because that's ridiculous. I feel like they do that, and I'm saying, the deep states, they're no longer here, and there's also a lot of bad beings, but they're all in one. That we've been looking at all the wars we've had. They took our technology that we're supposed to do to save us, and they used it for bad. And then when we got electricity and Wi-Fi, we're not supposed to be paying to plug shit into a wall and paying for that shit. That just doesn't make sense. It's in the air. It's Wi-Fi. It's there. So when people say, "Oh, you want to live off the land?" Technology is on the land. You can live off the land because it's free. Technology. There should be. J.P. Morgan put a meter on it. He put a meter on anything. He made time exist. Time. We're like the only species that literally made. They count something that doesn't exist. Like, they say time doesn't exist. Now, to me, that was a hard concept for me. I won't even get into it now, but like, do you guys feel like time has been speeding up? Don't you feel like, oh, can't believe it's October 2025? If anybody hasn't, I have. I mean, I can't fucking believe sorry, how long a year's gone by. And time is definitely speeding up. And that's a definitely sign to me, validation, like Mandela effect's a validation for me, that things are changing in a way that I was taught that they would. Because I'm like, how's this going to happen? I forgot to say that the generation. They said the younger generation was going to be the ones to do it for us. And I'm like, how? We don't have time for that. Well, I didn't realize that TikTok and all that they were going to learn and wake up, and they've already the crystal children, like Zach. I never in a million years, at his age, they're easy 25, would be able to sit down and have a conversation about spirituality with an adult. Him and his friends know so much. They don't even. It's like it's in them. And then you go on TikTok and they're sharing and they're learning and it's like, oh my god, it just. And I'm like, oh my god, they took the technology now and used it for good. Like computers are bad, and internet's bad. Guess what? The whole world is connected now. And we all have our own little, like, we all find each other. And I believe that we're put on YouTube to find each other, because I'm always spirituality, and it's weird because I feel like it's everywhere, but it's really not, because nobody in my house besides Zach, he would talk to me about it, but on a daily basis, George just looks at me like I'm crazy. He does believe in aliens. I think he believes what I'm saying. He just doesn't want to talk about it. So I can't do that. I'll be saying things to him, and he's like, he probably just doesn't pay attention to it. But I do believe that they said, yeah, we've our North Pole has moved. The North Pole has moved 45 degrees. It's happening while we're on it. And the thing is, we're all scared of that, right? But listen, I have now my ground so warm that I don't have to literally dig out the vine zone. Like, I have 20-foot banana trees to grow back every year now. And look at the weather, how crazy it is. Like, I feel it's snowing in the desert. You know what I mean? There's growing grass in the desert. Rivers are drying up. Things are moving. The Panama Canal used to run north and south, and it runs east and west. How fucking weird is that? Continents, it moves. Like, all these things. So it was like the New Earth. Okay, they said we're gonna have pole shifts. I was like, that's never gonna happen. That happened. If I could get into all the things that prove to me that the timelines, that the things in my life that I opened up, like the bad, I'll call it, contracts that you make going through your life. So the first 20 years, I was selling drugs. I was buying drugs. I was doing drugs, and it was just a thing, it got really bad. I ended up smoking crack, and I ended up, instead of being sociable, what it did was made me sociable. Instead of being sociable at a bar, I'm sitting in a corner in my room with my door all like boarded up, because I swear to God, the 1-inch police are going to come under the door. Like, you're staring when people that do cocaine, from what I understand now, you get paranoid and people stare at the door a lot. So we used to say, what are you looking for, the 1-inch police? Because it's only 1 inch. How are they going to get in, That's like what Karen Reed, the 1-inch police, ended up on the front lawn. Like, they're doing cocaine with little girls, Jim McCabe and them, and then literally they're all, think about being all paranoid, right? And then there's a cop, and he's actually on your lawn. He's still on there. That's like I can't even imagine. Like, ignore the body that you have to walk past. They all cook the fuck out. Jim McCabe rolls up. Hey, get your girlfriend get us, kid. Let's have a blizzard party. Have a blizzard party, John. Have a blizzard party. How long to die in the cold? Oh, by the way, they finally proved that she did that. Finally, we knew she did it. Anyway, back to me. Back to spirituality. Let me get anybody. And also, I said this is an open discussion. If I know I'm all over the place, anybody that has questions about anything I'm saying, just type it, and I will get back, because I start to say something and then I go on something else. Maybe we're the only one here. Oh well. I hate this. I love you. I don't know what it is. Like, do you want to come up and talk about it? Do you want to come and talk with me? Because I feel like when I have somebody up here, I stay on topic. I finish my sentences and stuff. You don't have to be on camera, but I think it would help if I had somebody up here with me. James, I love James for being here. I don't know why because I'm late, maybe. I don't know. Hey, Erin, thanks for being. Oh my God, Erin was here. Yes, Erin, I love you. And like I said, we all find each other. Yeah, I know, but they don't chat. I don't understand. I wish you guys. It's on TikTok too. or not TikTok, Twitter. I wish you guys would come over and chat. Anybody that's watching, like, if you guys don't like me, like, you don't have to like me to talk about spirituality, mental illness. Like, I have addiction fueled by mental illness, and I have the clean off the drugs that were killing me since 2012. And to come to find out, the date that happened, 12/21/12, is the day of the end of the Mayan calendar, which to everybody that knows what that means, it was the end of civilization allegedly. It was the beginning of the new way, the Aquarius, the age of Aquarius, awakenings. They're calling this the Great Awakening. But I would say it's very lonely. But then I'll find people around here that are on the same vibe as me, and on here and around here. But it's like we don't have a place to go and talk about it. And I know I have a channel, but I'm like Rally TV, and then it's like crime. What's the name? Wallflower came up with crime tea. Isn't that cool? I don't know where she is now. Wallflower. Yeah, crime tea. But yeah, and there's like a lot of stuff too. Like I'll get to the spirituality and addiction, I guess. But it's not with BPD. Well, it's borderline personality disorder. It's basically bipolar on steroids. I wanted to say that I believe it's because I'm only been human once, that people that have the issues I have, I think are starseeds. Because the energy that when I walk into a room, I used to say, I wake up happy. And then when I go out and stuff and go around people, that's what would make me like miserable. And I rage. Like I get really angry and I get so anxious around crowds. And I would come home miserable, and I don't understand. I would get, Mom, I don't know why I'm depressed. I was depressed. I was anxious for no reason. And it's not it's situational things. When there's situational depression with me, I can handle it. When somebody dies, I can handle it like a person, like a normal person. There's other things that flip me out. Hey, Dimitri, thanks for being here. Talking about spirituality, addiction, mental illness that fuels addiction. Any topic around that you want to talk about, put it in the chat. I'm kind of hesitant about dropping the link for just anything. People show their penises a lot. I don't appreciate it, but I want to talk about spirituality and addiction and all that. I'm an ex-felon, and it took me 10 years. I've been crawling myself out of the gutter for 12 years. Got off paper in 2017. Been clean off the drugs that are killing since 2012. And now I'm talking about spirituality because it's the one time that I've been able to stay clean my entire life. And yes, I've dabbled in other drugs, but none of them have done anything to me, like with dope and crack and coke. My boss at the mortgage company, very close to where, Miss Monica Chacon worked. I worked with Lord Lee also as well. He took our money. He stole from us. His name is Joby. He stole from us, the mortgage company. But anyway, I would walk into work and he had cocaine on his fucking desk. So we were the internet division of lending trade. So doing mortgages. And then when 2008 hit, that was the curse of 2008, went from selling 8 loans a month to 8 loans a year, and that's when we started committing mortgage fraud, and that's what tax evasion, and that's what ultimately like the big serious thing. I did have a distribution when I was younger. I had a 10 to distribute whatever. What was it? I got caught with it selling it cocaine, but they gave me like one of the PTI, right? So that went away. But then I literally right after that, I started getting all kinds of municipal stuff. I would get caught in Camden and stuff. Ended up getting to be superior when that white collar crime was committed, and then my husband paid off the money that was due, and then now I pay them $5 a year to IRS. Because when I think about it, honestly, they're the fucking thieves, not me. I really believe the government is the thieves. Like think about it. They are. I'm not. Why should I? I'm just giving back the money. I'm literally just like taking my money. You want to take care of my fucking pay? I would get a $7,000 commission check, and they want to take $3,000. Get the fuck out of here. My dad raised me not to pay the tax. He doesn't believe. Unfortunately, you have to appear to do what that you're supposed to and pay your taxes. But fuck that, we did pay. And now I owe them $80,000 still. So don't get freaked out. It's okay. $5 a year. They don't come after me anymore. But anyway, they wanted to keep me in there for that too. I was on paper that means like probation for old. Under their thumb. 2017, or I was 17 years old, and then I was 37 when I finally got off of it. I can't believe I was on some kind of probation the entire time. I got 10 years anyway, but like if with a 5-year suspended sentence, meaning within that 5 years, if I fuck up, they were to put me in that my sentence of 5 years. But they kept violating me. I would do like 90 days, 90 days, 90 days. It was not fun, and Aaron interviewed me once. We never did the second half. I guess it was too much for her, but the second half of my story was basically like the first part of it. Like I don't really remember. I remember the day I went in, the day I get out, and in between that, it's just like a waiting game. It's just weird. I don't even know who that person was now. I believe that part of the walk-in. I don't know. It appears that I've grown up and matured, right? And I finally got clean, but literally, I'm still suffering. But I do believe that the partial walk-in is what helped me get clean. I think it was my higher self. I believe it. I could feel myself changing after that, like getting more mature. I guess you would say. Like I was still doing dumb shit, but year after year, like I slowly was like, okay, like it's weird. I could feel myself changing, and it's like now I have new. Literally, I feel like I'm too. If my perspective's too big, that my friends, I just can't stand them. Like I literally cut like 5 or 6 of them off, and for different reasons, but stealing from me, and it's mainly because of drugs. But like, it's not because I gotten better than them. I chose better. I let them in my life when I was clean. They stole from me. So just let me just. I'm not a crazy person. There is actually over 5 of my bridesmaids' heads. I only talk to my sisters. I mean, listen, you fuck me once, you fuck me twice, you fuck me 3 times, you're done. My whole wedding party was just out. But listen, I fuck up all by my damn self. So also, when I do have friends who run company, for some reason I just don't have the I don't have the energy. I'm fine by myself, and that's a weird thing for me. I was codependent my entire life with my parents. Then I moved out. Now it's with my husband and Marine. There's just 3 people in my life that are like my soul, my family. So like I would have to like be. I'm a child trapped in an adult's body. I could never live by myself. If I feel like I have nobody, even if George is downstairs playing PlayStation, I don't know who's banging in this goddamn house. Babe, sorry, sorry. Somebody's banging something. Do you hear it? It sounds like a gun actually. It's not fireworks. It's a gun. Fireworks. Okay, sorry. Sorry, I yelled. Guys, fireworks. Let me know if it's too loud. Anyway, sorry. Um, Another thing, I lived on a like my parents' house is not around other people. Like we never had neighbors. Like, and I have neighbors now, and I have a neighbor that literally attached to me. And I'm not, I'm a great neighbor, but I can't, don't fuck, I can't be your friend. I just can't be close to you. Um, and I also really, really get anxiety from houses being raided. I still don't like people come unannounced. I flip out when people come to my house, still unannounced. It's the weirdest thing. I don't get it. I think it's so rude. Like the people that just moved next door, we don't even know them. Why are you calling? I know that you're new and all, but like I don't. Like, why are you coming over to talk to me? I know that it sounds like an asshole. But like what the fuck? You're knocking on my door randomly. I don't know you. Like I don't answer the door for people that I know that don't come here unannounced. And it's like to me, I'm not used to it, and it sounds rude, but like literally, like I have cameras all over. I will protect your house. I will make sure it's good. If somebody's killing you, I will call somebody to come kill them for you. I'll never call the cops. I don't fuck with the cops. Um, Unfortunately, they came here the other day to get ring camera footage from me. I said I don't have it. I actually didn't even answer the fucking door. You guys, I was live. I said there's a cop here, and now because of my true crime experience, fuck these. I will never ever be involved in anything. I unfortunately they're so corrupt. I don't trust the ones here. And I listen. I don't even like literally know that nothing ever really happens anymore. But like it was just a domestic thing, and so many people have rings. So I was just like, no, I'm not getting involved in this shit. I just not. I'm not used to being around a lot of people. And when I was younger, it would have been great. But anyway, I don't know how to navigate this conversation, so I'm gonna go to my notes. I feel like I'm just rambling, and I want to get to. I'm gonna say something that's actually meaningful. I mean, literally, my story. I think people say it's inspirational, but I'm just another junkie that got clean. It's just listen. The junkies have to stay clean, and it's fucking hard. It is motherfucking hard. Like I've never been an adult. I never adulted sober until 2012. Like never. Every day I took a Percocet. I did a lot. Or I did cocaine, or I was on Adderall. I was abusing Adderall, and and weed was on it. But it just literally like I'm still like if you really want to be honest, like I take gabapentin too for anxiety, but not a lot of it. None of it is an active ingredient except for the Adderall. Like I said, I sometimes I try to abuse it because I watch myself here, and I'm just being honest. It is mine, so I can take. When I say abuse it, actually, it's the dose I'm supposed to take, but I take less. But anyway, when I say abuse it, it's not really. I see myself moving all around, right? Like how I am, and I can't. I'm like maybe I just need more, right? But then I'm like, oh, maybe it'll make speed, which I'm already speeding, but still I have to watch what I do. But then it's like, it's like the lesser of two evils. Do I want people making fun of me all the time, and I'll just be sober and healthy and let them make fun of me, or do I want to like medicate myself and be an asshole and try to do things that aren't going to do any different? It's not going to make a difference. So the thing is, I get one off, and I don't want to hear. I know people with listening at bipolar always stop taking their meds and they start taking their meds. I know he's great, he's taking his meds, and he stopped taking his meds, and he went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I I feel like I'm the same person. I feel like my it didn't really help me much. I feel like medicine, our American modern medicine keeps us sick for a reason. And that's just I refuse to take any medicine from them. It's hard enough that I have to take because getting off of it is too much for me. I don't. I'm trying to find the somebody to do the shot. Like my Suboxone doctor, he was in my wedding. He was at my wedding. He played the harp at my wedding. He's a family friend. He tried to tell me he's been giving my Suboxone since 2007. I said, I'm ready to get off it. I'll do the shot. Oh no, leave it. He literally did everything for me not to. I'm nobody. I'm like one little pay that you get from out of like hundreds and hundreds of patients. And I was a little taken back the fact that he was like, no, I need to go to Suboxone. I have to get a shot to do it. It's a Suboxone shot. Everybody that's gotten off of it that I know has done that. But to me, I take a little piece of Suboxone. I was one of the first people in New Jersey to take it, to get it back then, and who knows what the long-term side effects really are. Also, Bravo talked me into getting, well, not talked me into getting that, because my parents never vaccinated me. Good thing I've never been sick a day in my life. I mean, I've gotten, I don't think flu, but I've gotten like colds and fevers. I had chickenpox once. I had mumps. Funny, I said I've never been sick. I had mumps when I was 7, but that, I'll tell you about that. I've heard from guys and guardians. I had that when I was 7. That was supposed to be an exit point for me. But exit points are points in times in your life where you've chosen to exit life for certain reasons or not. Maybe if you've committed, if you've served your purposes, which I mean to me, that's like I don't want to leave early. I don't want to leave at all. Like I know I'm from Alcyon, but I want to be able to be here. I love planet Earth for some reason. This is a type 1 civilization. Our planet gives us everything we need. She gives us our food, our lumber, our heat. I mean, I'm sorry, our food, our wood, our lumber, our medicine, plant medicine, and like I said, Wi-Fi and electricity are in the air. So we're paying for things that we shouldn't be paying for. I don't want to pump my own water. I don't want well water, so I'll pay a little bit of money for people to do that for me. But I also want to have, I want all these houses to go away, and I want like horses and stuff. I can't do that. Fortunately, I can't do that. Can't even have a basement. Live on an island. The floods. The water's 8 blocks that way. Anyway, New Earth. Let's get to. It's been an hour, Chris. Have you been rumbling for an hour? This is what happens. Listen. I get up at 3:45, y'all. A lot of people think that I've been up the whole time. No, my husband and I get up at 3:45. He goes to work at 4:45. We've been doing this since I met him, and I go to bed pretty early, except when I'm on here. I've been rambling and staying up late and being on like panels. By the way, I go on some true crime panels. Dago, a true crime cafe. My friend Willie, which I don't know where he's been. Willard has been missing. I hope he's well. But yeah, so that's my other thing. And it really opens my eyes to a lot of stuff. And I hope that every place isn't like this. But when I tell you that Brian Koberger, who allegedly murdered the Idaho 4, it's absolutely physically impossible for it to be him, according to the state. So he is pleaded guilty, and he's not guilty. The real people are all. The thing is, there's 3 agencies or 6, and for one of them not to notice that the other is messing up. I know, Lauren. I would love you to join the conversation. Oh, this is a last minute thing too. But I was going to say I was telling everybody on Fridays. I'm going to do this on Fridays. Are you like available Fridays, Lauren? I remember I asked you that before. I was going to do Friday evenings. I wanted to do it at the same time every week, and I would love for you to be my co-host or join me. I can switch it around if you'd like. Remember, did you answer me about coming here? Yeah, peeking out the windows. Oh God, that's the thing. Like, real quick, Jen McCabe, and like, you're getting coke from your nephews. You're like the aunt that thinks you're still cooler than everybody else. That's who she is. You're getting cocaine delivered, right? And then unfortunately, John ends up murdered, and whatever happens, and you decide to cover it up. But you're doing cocaine the whole time. Imagine that. Like your friend. It's like imagine having to live with yourself now. Those 3 liar fuckers have been living with themselves. There's a lot of them. They killed John. They know what happened, or they know what happened, and it's insanity to me. But then you go to Idaho 4, and that's even worse. And I'm not saying that we all of us are right, but listen, there's no possible motherfucking way that Brian Koberger could have committed the murder. these people were unrecognizable. I'm sorry. There's a lot of things that were weird about this. That there's no way that one person. What were the other six doing? What were the other four doing? He literally stabbed somebody 90 times. So what are the other ones just sitting around waiting? Because everybody you can hear everything in the house, according to Dylan. Dylan told me the two surviving suspects saw the knife wielding man, gun wielding man, heard everything. He never called 911 for 9 hours. That's another fight. It's always been a problem for me. Will always be a problem for me. Anyway, that freaks me out. But I do believe that a lot of things are we are not the toxic bloggers are not a problem. We're actually a solution because we look for the truth and we put it out there and it ends up being exposed. And that's the thing. And this is not something that like because this is new, like this new true crime and all like podcasting and investigative journalists, that's what I call it. Like Dago has been talking about this case for 3 years straight, 9 hours a day. Okay, and it's he knows everything. It's a lot of people do that, and a lot of people think he's guilty. But the thing is, we don't care if he's guilty. That's fine. But show us how he is. Just make it okay. Like it's not the families and the victims deserve better. This isn't for clicks and views. That they do it because they care, and nobody else is fighting for the victims. Okay, Brian pleaded guilty because he had to get out. He had to get out of that court system. They were fucking railroading him, and he's not an idiot. He was writing research papers all about this stuff. We have all the docs from all the ISP docs, all the police stuff, interviews, body cams, everything. Timelines do not. It's just weird, guys. It's just a lot, and it's really fucking disturbing because we don't know what happened, and we live, and who knows if it could happen? It could be one of us. Brian could be one of us. We could be one of the victims, and somebody gets covered. It covers up. It was agencies in bed with each other. It was probably a drug dealing thing with the college. These people were sliced. They were not. This was like a screen thing. What they tell you is not what happened. The 9 hour delay. There's a lot of stuff that happened in between. They were on their phones all the time. I have all those fucking text messages. They're idiots. They're scumbags. Like, you really let your friends bleed out. Beach Babe is from that community. The community that Dago has, they all are, like, we go to this chat, they're all together in that chat. Like, they sit in the chat all the time. And I don't know why, but, like I know I have my normal, like, my other people, but I feel like my channel's not, like, my lives don't reach a lot of people or something. It's weird. Like, it really bothers me. It's the chat that bothers me. I don't know if I have like a setting or something. And it's not that I need people to chat. It's just I feel like maybe they don't like what I'm saying. I don't know. I gotta stop thinking about it. Let me just read what I have here, guys. Because I do chat GTP, but I was trying. I really have like my brain. I went from trying to learn. So I learned about the afterlife, and I was convinced about that. Right. So then she also talks about the New Earth star seeds and her past life regressions, is where she got all the information, channels, and all that. Like I said, I'll read a little bit about Dolores. I call her my teacher. But there's others after that, But my main learnings I learned after, and then I went to learn about the beings and the aliens and how does that connect with spirituality. They are actually in a higher dimension than us, so they are more spiritual than us, and they love us. So, and people are like, oh, there's bad beings. Well, the AI Atlas and the New Earth energy is 5D energy that surrounds all of us. Anybody that enters it, AI becomes benevolent, loves it in the 5D realm. So if they were negative before, they're not going to be negative now. And it all depends on your beliefs and you create your reality. You absolutely create your reality. Whatever your belief system is, that's what your belief system is. If you believe that you're going to go to heaven and you're going to see God and it's going to look wonderful in your hands, that's what you'll have. You know what I mean? But if you're scared and all that, and like Prison Planet, oh my God, like it is basically like we create our own reality. It's called thought energy create, and that's what the Great Awakening is about, is learning all that stuff. Like in spirituality, to me, I tell you guys, like the plans. I swear to God. So I found out that I came from Alcyon, planet Alcyon. I'll read you about it. She's part of the Seven Sisters cluster of the Pleiades. And where's my information? No, ChatGPT. The Pleiades constellation, which is what we can see from here. A lot of us starseeds. So when the atomic bomb went off, I'm sorry, I didn't get that story. When we set off the atomic bomb, it shook the universe, and that energy is that nuclear energy is not good. It makes people sick. It makes our planet sick. Beings are like, oh my God, what the hell? So they all come running to us. Like, imagine Earth is shaking, and there's war. There's war everywhere, and the Galactic Federation's like, oh, the kids, what do these kids do? Kids, what you do down there? Because we are in our human carbon bodies are a experiment. Not an experiment, but we're kids. We're a young race, a very young race. That's why we're so mature, But we have graduated, and all that fighting crime family energy is out. Imagine being fucking the president and you have no idea what the fuck is going on. Do you think that our country can run on its own? It can. And I'm not saying we have to have. Like, I just think people like Charlie Kirk and maybe like people that aren't politicians that lie and steal like Clinton with the boys on the tracks. Listen, they have been fucking villains for a long time, and we have been our evolution was hijacked by these people. They keep us sick, and it's no longer acceptable. It's no longer happening. There's been a lot of spiritual wars going on, and a lot of hurt things, a lot of ups and downs that we're finally in my perception, my reality. We're on the belt. We're on the bottom of the bell curve. We're like in this. We're out of 3D because people are learning. Oh, COVID! I forgot to add COVID in there. They tried to get us with COVID, but COVID did another thing. COVID, is, a lot of people woke up during COVID, and because everybody's sitting around thinking about their life, and you hear, just say you're listening to this and you believe nothing I say, but like one thing resonates with you. That's the start of your awakening, and it may take years. It might drip, drip, drip. You might have to like feed it. I don't go around saying, "Have you heard the good news?" I've tried. People ask me questions, I'll go in and I'll answer from what I understand. Why this, why that, how's this, how that. I can tell you now that the anti-gravitics is the technology for free energy. MedBeds, it is just a 15-minute laser. It's a laser thing. They were talking about it on Cosmic Disclosure. It just radiates you, and all the disease is eradicated from your body, and you feel amazing. You don't have to, it's like you have days and days of energy. It's like somebody was telling the story on Gaia. He's like, I was running. He said I barely could sleep. He's like, I felt amazing, and he gets it done all the time. And I'm like, it costs billions of dollars. That's what they put like literally a meter on it for even the people like Magic Johnson, who has the first person to cure AIDS. So, they gave us AIDS too as well. That was another thing it woke us up to. And now there's a cure for it. Imagine that. And I hope that they roll this out. I hope this happens quicker than not. This is the year that was supposed to be the year of change, and we're going through a lot of change, guys. It's October though. Think about it. The first thing that happened, all the stuff happened in January. Just all the fucking orbs and shit. They were coming to see how we were, to see if we were ready. Guess what, guys? We were. Nobody freaked out. There's no, literally, everybody was like excited. We were like glued. Well, I wasn't. A lot of people were glued to like the live cams. I mean, they were just like, love. They sent a lot of love energy. They wanted to see, what we're up to. How's Earth looking? Are they ready for their awakening? Are they ready for all this? And we were. And there's a couple of timeline jumps, like when Butler PA happened with trying to kill President Trump. There's a timeline that people look up on. He did get murdered, and Biden was, there's a timeline of people that still are not ready to learn and listen and be in this realm and still want to. It's fine. That's okay. It's fine. That's what we grew up like that. Like, you can stay on that. Stay on that 3D side. And that's fine. And then I remember Dolores Cannon saying that these people would drop out of your life, and I'm going to read you the New Earth sign. One of them is that the people that you have in your life that teach you the lessons, like all those people like that I had to cut out of my life, um, you have in contracts with people, and if you leave and they're unsettled, they stay open. So in my brain, I had to picture me walking up to these people saying, I'm glad, thank you for your life, or I'm sorry, we tried it again. Things aren't working. I love you. Thank you for the life lesson. I let you go in love, and I forgive you. It took me a long time to do that. I did it with every single person. And guess what? I remember I used to flip out about like M and stuff, like how like I couldn't believe she did this to me. Like I did that a couple years ago, and I swear to you, it went away. Like my anger and I don't feel anything for her. It's weird. It like worked. It's and she was the last person I wanted to do that with, in my brain. But I couldn't hold. Like it got rid of all the anger, and like there's things that prove to me that this timeline thing. Like I could tell you with my mom, with my parents, like put it this way, my mom between my two dads, okay, my mom meets this guy Keith, dates him for a while, ends up breaking up because with my stepdad, okay. I didn't like the guy, but whatever, who cares? My mom was young. She meets my mom doesn't mean she know my stepdad. She was with him first, so she was with him in high school. Then she meets my real dad, has me and my brother. Then she is with Keith, and then she gets back to my stepdad. So it's all thing. In October of 2024, my mom, after us not even, like I woke up in a different universe. My mom decides to leave my stepdad, and it's like, what? So me and my sister are going through this whole thing, but she leaves him for Keith. What does that tell you? Keith was an open timeline for her, and I think that timeline. My sisters, where are you? Where are you? Hold on a second. Live. Get on talking about us. talking about spirituality and how we're star seeds, if you want to come talk about it, and how our life is so fucked up and how we're going through divorce and we're like 6 years old again because mommy left. Keith, of all people, I love you, bye. My sister. So anyway, we find out she was having an affair. Like I'm telling you, the information's like not secret. Um, and she's with the guy Keith now, and it's like to me, it's like the timeline just was like it like veered off to my stepdad. So I think for us to have that family, because they're my family, my brothers, my dad and my mom and my stepdad. I say dad, stepdad raised me since I was 5 or 6 years old, and it's always been that. You know, they never fought. They never you know, my dad bought her everything, gave her everything. Well, emotional abandonment. I don't know. I don't really. My mom hasn't really told me much. Anyway, she left. He's devastated. It's been a year for that guy. And to me, that's another thing that proved to me about timelines. Like, holy shit, holy shit. And I got like a phone number, 254 number. I had that my first cell phone, and then for some reason I got that number back. There's people that came back into my life. Okay, in 2016, after after my wedding, people that I had met in my past. Like one was an ex-boyfriend from a different town. Another girl was a girl I went to school with, like elementary school back when. A few different people, and it's all revolving one thing. Okay, and not because I was doing it. It was there's the people in my life. They was I called the meth. This what do I call it? The cesspool, meth pool cesspool. Um, wherever, whenever, you know, anonymously, there's somebody around me that was doing it, selling, whatever it is, what it is. Anyway, those people came back in my life because of that drug, and it was all because it was all. When I say because of that drug, all related. And I'm like, how do you guys know each other? So weird. Like your son, my ex, I'm like, you're a drug dealer. He's like, you do drugs? I'm like, I used to. And it's like weird. And like, I dated him when I was younger, and then literally like they drop out of my life like that. I'm like, oh my god, there it is. There's the people that she said I had to close these timelines because a lot of things happened, and like just dumb shit. Like I wasn't ready to like at that point in time. It was weird. I wasn't fully like I was doing. I was lying to my husband about like shopping and shit and buying drugs, okay, and selling drugs, not doing it, selling them. And that was a while. Like I said, it took me a while. Like I got clean, but I was still living that lifestyle because I don't like to work, and I had to learn. I had to learn, but like it's weird. And because of that situation, it being a drug situation, they literally did the shit. They're like, get me out of their life. Like they're dead to me, right? It was just weird because like I'm like, oh my god, like just everything that Dolores Cannon said is coming true. Is coming true. Then you were there's another situation too. Like okay, so this is the first weird thing that happened, and I'll get to my notes, but I keep saying that. Sorry guys. There's a tree. So I used to take a walk every morning to Wawa, get coffee, and come back around the corner. Right. I walk past this house that has sunflowers. It's fenced in with a chain link fence. There's a tree inside of it. Really pretty, like tree of life looking thing. It's inside the fence every time I walk by it. Every day, 5 years, every day, it's there. Well, I start learning about the new earth and stuff, and about how like new dimensions, how we switch dimensions and stuff, and like you won't notice it because it's little subtle changes, like stuff like that. Well, one day the tree's outside of the fucking goddamn thing. I walk by it, the tree's outside the fence. Outside. So it was probably supposed to be there. Like that was probably the other decision people make. Should we have the tree on the inside or the outside? Well, make it on the inside. The other decision that you make that you put energy in creates another stream. So there was a reality where that tree was outside the fence. I walked through it. I come back from Wawa, still outside of this fucking fence. I go back to my house. My heart's racing. I go back. Okay, I'm gonna go to my house. I'm gonna start over. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna walk. And it's gonna be inside the fence. It was inside the fence. And that's when I wanted to start screaming to everybody, have you heard the good news? You know, that kind of thing. Like, oh my God, guess what? We live for, guess what? All these good things are happening. Guess what? We can live forever. Like, people think you're a fucking nutcase. You just get burned at the stake for talking about this shit. Look, it's 109. I told you about Minnie. Thank you, Minerva. She's letting us. It's 109. I've been on here for. Thank you, Minnie. She let me know she's here and she loves this conversation. Oh, I feel her. When I say I feel her, I get chills. Sometimes I'll ask her to hug me and stuff. Like, give me a hug, and I can't even feel it. I think that's that word too. And like I see the cat's playing with something a lot. Like the cat outside, Kovu, he is running. He's playing with air, and I'm like, he's playing with Minnie. I'll tell her, I'm like, go outside and play with the cat. But it's weird because like it's like no. But I'm telling you, I'm Snow White. The fact that the squirrels and all these animals come and eat out of my hand with no problem. I mean, the squirrel loves me. He loves me. All my cats, I've 8 of them because they just flock here. So My mom used to call me Snow White when I was a kid. She said that because I loved horses, we had horses and stuff, and I just would always be with the animals. Like I just loved animals, and I would go to the store and like I thought I left. She said literally, she would watch me walk to the store, and literally, there's birds would be like following. She's like, "The birds are following you." I'm like, "No, they're not." My whole life, I thought, I don't know what I thought. I guess I never paid attention to it, but I do notice it now. Like the cardinals that come here every day. If I did a Wawa, there's cardinals with the whole walk. It's the weirdest thing. I'm like, all right, I know I'm Snow White. Plus, my plants are like superhuman plants. They grow like so strong. It's like, and if I tell my plants I love them every day, the next day there's new blooms. If I don't tell them I love them, no, I'm not kidding. That must be like our abilities. I'm just saying, because where I'm at, I don't. I don't know anybody that gardens that has a better fucking garden than I am. I should win Garden of the Year. I should win. I should win in the whole town. I'm telling you, guys know what it looks like. It's like a tropical wonderland out there. I have palm trees and shit. It's amazing. Water, all these sections of flowers, and like I go out there and I'm just, isn't it amazing? And there's animals. Yeah, I have raccoons. I have a possum that literally was at my back door with my cat yesterday. Mimir, the fucking possum was trying to get through the back door. He wanted to come in. He was, I guess, sniffing for me. They know I'm the one that feeds them, but I didn't know I was feeding him. So now, not only does the raccoon knock on the door, so does the possum. Then sleeps in the possum sleeps in the cat bed inside. So outside for the cats, I have the gazebo that I usually use. It's like really cool looking for the summertime. I turn it into a cat sanctuary where I have a tent out there for them, which is up high. I'll think I have a picture of it, but like they sleep in it and they have a heating blanket, they have heat. And I found the fucking possum. Remember, Maria? I go in there and I sit down. I'm not paying attention. It's behind me, and I'm doing some work on the computer. I hear movement. I'm like, oh, I must be in my hospital. Staring at me, sleeping in the cat bed inside the cat's head, all cuddled up, playing with the ball. I said, this is a fucking joke, right? I screamed, I ran, because I didn't realize that for 5 minutes it was behind me and staring at me. And all it did was stare at me all day and go to sleep. I'm like, okay, it's the same one. And then I saw she had babies on her back. She had babies too. So of course I was like in love, but I don't let them come near me right now because I don't know where babies are because they're not there anymore. I'm assuming they found a place to go. But I watched the same squirrel that his name's Charlie. I named him Charlie for 2 years. I know him because he's got something wrong with his eye and his tail's missing. He was the one that started coming up and eating out of my hand. He's the one that comes to visit me all the time. One day I'm laying in the pool and I look up and he's laying on a branch. And he's just staring at me. He's just staring at me. And I'm talking to him. And he's just looking at me. And I could feel his energy. I could feel like him. But I got it. I'm telling you. I think that my grandparents and like my in-laws that passed away here in this house, this was their house. My mother-in-law died in this house. I've been channeling her for years. When I started redoing the house, I felt her energy. She was apparently just like me. That's why I have rose bushes because of her. She did everything I did. Everything I do, she was doing. And that's why I'm so adamant about this house because I took her old items, like old um chair. I took the legs off of like our couches and stuff, and then his mom's like old vases. I made them, and I have all kinds of crafts. Every craft in my house I've made, and I use old items. I pieces of it like wood and crafts. And my mother-in-law, she was like that. She loved to do her house. And I know that this house would look amazing if she was still here. And that's what I did the yard. And I thought I channeled her the whole time. I could feel. She died on my birthday the year before I met my husband. I never met her, but I know her. I know his mom. It's just I know. I just know her. Like this is her home. And I literally when I do my manifest, when I talk about what I want when I do the house, I talk to her all the time. And I believe that I have a dad cardinal, a mom cardinal, and there's a baby cardinal. And this every year they have. I didn't have the mate for life, and I have videos of this feeding the baby cardinal. One day I go out there. There's a baby cardinal lead, a feather, and a female feather, or the gray and red. So I've never seen cardinal feathers. I have both a baby feather and cardinal feathers. The day before that, I had a reading, and the lady told me that the red that was my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, and my brother-in-law who died. He died a year ago, 2 years ago. He died a year after my father-in-law within the last 3 years. He came through, and it was the funniest thing. So the next day, and then she's telling me this, right? Then I go out there the next day, and that's when I see the baby getting fed by the mom and dad. I realize, oh my God, it's baby cardinal. He left me the feathers that day. So, and every time I'm out there, my father-in-law, well, I call him the red cardinal. He lands right. He looks around the yard, and I go this. We look like this with our heads. So funny. They tweet at me, and I feed them every day. But they're here every day. I send pictures to everyone. Like I would, if I did it every day, I wouldn't have any time. And I'm a horrible video person, but I will pull pictures if you like. But there's a lot of the reasons that I believe all this stuff. I've had my mediumship like energy read. Like I've had hours of it, and validated that all my cats have all been incarnated with me. They followed me with, like, I have had, so I incarnated backwards from planet Alcyon. Let me finish that story. Planet Alcyon is the Seven Sister Star System. I incarnated backwards from the future to be here at this time, like a lot of us, to help heal and raise the vibration. A call went out to the universe. I never finished that story. See, I'm horrible. When the atomic bomb went out, a call went out to the universe from Source saying Earth is in trouble, and we need volunteers, light workers, to come in and help raise, hold the vibration, help them wake up. And about 600,000, I think, people answered the call. There's a first wave, a second wave, and a third wave, and all this is validated through the past life regressions. And yes, I'm the first. I'm a second wave volunteer. My grandmother was first. Um, and it's just hard. It was hard because Earth is a hard place. We're not supposed to remember, not remember. Going in, you have this adult perspective going into becoming a baby. A lot of that stuff that the baby's screaming and stuff, it's because literally in our brains we can speak. We're trying to talk, but we can't. And you're like waking up and you're cold and it's like crazy. A lot of souls don't get into the belly until the very end because who wants to sit around and do nothing all day? And we also at nighttime, like the baby's going back and forth learning things, and at nighttime when we sleep, we work. Like our dreams, we do when we go work. We astral travel without knowing. That's why some of us have weird dreams. I personally, up until, so I was having whack ass dreams all the before I woke up. I didn't know that dreams were premonitions or they were just like other things you're doing. I didn't realize that like we astral travel. When I realized that, I was like, oh my god. I was talking to me and she said, you're a realm worker. Because I'm like, I'm here, but I'm not doing anything. What am I doing? She said, you're a realm worker. Realm workers were clean. We're fixing the realms from the bad matrix. So all these weird dreams, I'm going to all these different realities. And I remember I could wake myself up. So I was having these lucid dreams. So I woke myself up all the time, but sometimes I didn't, right? So that's happening. I'm starting to realize, I realized what they were. All of a sudden, I had one where I can't wake myself up. It took me a little bit, and it made my soul break. I felt like I was trapped, and that I did wake. I ended up waking up, and I said to George, I said, "Holy shit!" I said something. I said I just couldn't wake myself up, and I said ever since it's the weirdest thing. I said this could never happen again, and I don't know why. I was in an amusement park, and I had recurring dreams. I was losing my purse, which would have my medicine, it would have my whole life in it, and for some reason, I would have these dreams where I was losing it. I had to go around, and I would have to like look for it, and I would have to fix things as I went around. It's weird. It's fucked up. But anyway, that was a long time ago. But anyway, I could not. Ever since then, I haven't had one since. It's been 4 years or 5 years. Think about it. I said, okay, now I need to remember my dreams because, oh my God, I have all the time. Oh, I start to wake up and I haven't dreamt since. So a medium goes, you know why? You're a realm worker and the realms are all fixed. So you don't have to do it anymore. It's time to rest. You're retired now. And now you're here just to, you went through a lot. You still go through a lot. Like they say, my brain is my worst enemy. Like they tell me everything's fine. You're fine. You're safe. You're fine. And still my brain is like, but she's like, you just worry so much, you're a realm worker. And she said, the reason that we're home workers, the reason that some people have stopped dreaming and we're so upset is because we didn't get a party. She goes, you came home from fixing all the realms and nobody threw your party, nobody cares. You just went on with life, and that's why you're all like, what the fuck, man? I thought that was hilarious. That came through from Saint Germain. I love you. Okay, so let me read. Enjoy. I love this stuff, dude. I know. Lauren, you're amazing. Thank you. And I do want to build a community of people that feel safe talking about anything, even if it's like a situational thing or you feel like you don't have any of this. It does. You don't have to be anybody but yourself here. This is a safe space. If you have something going on, you want to talk about it. If you're going through something that's nothing to do with this stuff, I don't care. Every Friday, I'm keeping the space open. Like how I just ranted about my life for an hour and a half and why I feel these things. And I say these things during a day in the middle of my life. I'll throw weird things in there, and I don't think people catch it, but I don't know if maybe that's why a lot of people don't stay in my life. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I can't help it. That's who I am. I can't help my facial expressions. I am not. I have no poker face. I've noticed that after if somebody's on my panel, I hate it. My sister will text me and go, you knock it off. Stop rolling your eyes. You look bored. I'm like, I'm trying. You can't. You can't talk long. Like we talk, and if you answer me and it's longer than a minute, I lose focus. And I know that like I don't know how to navigate that yet. Which 4 years later I should realize that. I just sit down with people talk, and we do pretty good, I think. But my sister will be like, you look so ignorant right now. I still texting them at 11. I'm like, I can't help it. Do I look bored? I'm like, tell them to stop talking, man. You know. And then, this is, I'm not fully, I don't say that I feel like I've been healed. I feel like, so I went through the dark night of the soul, which was right when I was starting to get off of probation and stuff. I went through this, me and George went through this thing where like, we just fought for like a while. It was a good couple of months. And I was like, where's my husband? It was weird. And you know what it was? We were working out these dark night of the soul things. So we just had to get these things out of our system because it was like, it was weird. It like, think changed us. And then all of a sudden I started to wake up and I started to like, use Palo Santo. We stopped fighting and went back to our normal, like, loving. Like, he's an amazing husband. Like, you don't understand. Like, I do things like the way I act and stuff. He should probably leave me. The money is one thing, but like, I'm also very nasty, and that's why I didn't have kids because I know it would be very mentally abusive for them. Like, I don't fight. I don't have time to fight in life. I don't know how to say that. It's not. I don't have it in me to just not say what I have to say. Like, I tell him all the time, that I want to slice this motherfucking throat. I want to kill him. Can you believe it? Like, that is horrible. And I tell him I hate him all the time. It's like I snap and I feel dismissed by him, but it's not. He's just tired of hearing about it. Or like, I understand you're mad because of money, but like, it's weird. Like, and then he's not doing. He tries to do things for me, and then I don't want him to do it, and then I complain that he doesn't. It's all me. It's all part of my bipolar. He puts up with so fucking much. Like, I don't blame him for being mad sometimes. I don't blame him for like, I think he's mad when he's not. So dude is just amazing. Okay, like, yeah, he might one day. This might be all building up. He might just pick me one day and be like, look, you're out. You're done. But it's been 11 years, and he knows that I'm trying. Like, I have no privileges to the money right now. Again, Aaron, which is a pattern all the time. So I don't even know what he's talking about it for. It's my fault. He did it for real this time. But it's fine because listen, it's an addiction for me, and he knows it, and he doesn't want me. And I told him, I said, please, and guess what? Save the money. When he controls the money, it's safe. Listen, I pay the bills, and then I'm sorry that they have leftover money. I end up spending it, and I'm fine right now. I'm on a budget, and it's fine. I'm okay. I mean, I have the kindness of others, cash apps that help. Like, really, like, somebody sent me one and it really helped me big time. And I was like, I appreciate that person, but um, I don't think so when somebody gives you a gift that you have to literally, I don't understand why like you're being clocked about how many times you said thank you and shit. Just saying. Um, and then listen, when I get in an argument with my friends, I try not to. I try not to say anything at all. Like, I just I try to ignore the shit that's going on. Um, and the one person I have left that I haven't that was in my wedding, her name's Desiree. She's been my friend for a long time. She was my best maid of honor, and she's been homeless and on drugs for a long time. And she had Whitney Trek at my house. Forgive her for it. Cut her out of my life. Can't help you. It makes me sad. Sorry that you married this piece of shit that keeps you homeless. And you come home, you come over here, and you fucking, after all these years, but she'll still call me. That's the shit. And I feel awful about it. But I can't help you, and I can't trust you in my house. My husband doesn't deserve this shit. That's another thing. I can't have these people that have hurt us and hurt me, and I brought them into my life around my husband. They've stolen from him. He's never even dealt with cops ever in his life. He doesn't even get pulled over. The dude's been in the same job 27 years. He goes to work, comes home, plays PlayStation, and loves his life. And we have a beautiful house that we take care of. He's all paid for it. He bought this house a long time ago. His dad helped us. We have, it's going to get redone. Like, my life it's amazing. I have a peace of mind. I don't have to work. He doesn't work on my mental health. But for some reason, the PD and the bipolar, it just makes me feel unimportant. I don't like. I'm annoying. I don't know. I go through this thing. I'm trying to read it for you guys. But it's weird. It was like, he's the opposite of me, but he's the kid. The dude loves the shit out of me. He loves the crazy. I don't do anything to hurt him anymore if I used to, but like, he's just, even when one of us does something stupid, like, we laugh, like, we can't even really fight anymore, and we just end up like, we're such an asshole, like, you're fucked up, and like, it's weird. We used to, we like, a couple of times, he's only called me a name 3 times. Like, that's amazing. I said my ex-boyfriend, he would literally be mentally just like abusive every fucking day. That's another thing. I went through that for 20 years. Somebody, a very unavailable person who happens to be, yeah, well, I'm not going to go into that, but I was with somebody that's very mentally abusive, but for some reason I stayed. And George is the opposite, right? So even if he gets a little, like, I start to see a little bit of a crack or an ignorant man, it flips me out. But I lived with that for so long. I feel like that he gave me such a peace of mind. When I say peace of mind, I've never had that. I would say to myself, I have no peace of mind. Like, so like, going to bed at night, to me, peace of mind is going to bed at night when you're laying your head down, knowing that nobody's taking your home from you, your future is set, you're fine, nobody's coming to hurt you, like, you don't have any court cases. Like, my thing was, I had a lot of court cases always. My fault on my own. I was always fucking up. So peace of mind, and then where I was in my house, like, me and my sisters, we dealt with all these fucked up people. So we had fucked up people in and out of our house, and then I would always think that the house was going to get shot up, or then it would get raided, or that was living with them and my parents. And if you ever heard me come and flip out about my dad, he's probably watching or listening. We scream and yell like maniacs at each other. We're very toxic communicators, and unfortunately, we're used to it. But I'm like that with other people. And when I'm arguing with you, I'm sorry that I can't. Like when you do something, when you say something that makes sense, I lose my mind. I'm sorry that I yell and scream and I communicate toxically. But for some reason, I'll do that, right? But I'll go over to my dad and my sister, and I'll fight with them. We'll get in a big fight about something, like usually my mom, and we're like, "Fuck you, motherfucker, fuck you." I'm like, "Holy shit, I'm out of here. I can't deal with this." They're like the next, and then 10 minutes later, it's like, "I'm making dinner," and I'm like, "Oh my god, this is our life. This is how we've always been." I said, "Shannon, how can you do this?" But I leave there, and then I'm like, "Wait a minute, I'm doing it too. Who am I? Who the fuck am I to say? I'm coming home, I'm doing the same fucking thing they're doing. It's fucked up." But it's like I don't like to fight with my dad and my mom. It's so dumb. It's stupid. It just escalates, and then they're fighting all the time. But then it's like my dad, he's alone, and I'm not angry with my mom. I was angry with her. I'm kind of like a little. I don't know what I am. I don't know what I am. But I promised you guys that when I rattle on, I would actually give you some facts and stuff and explain some things. So let's see, spirituality and fiction. I'm telling you, like spirituality is what kept me clean this time. So what I have written, I mean, like, I'll pull it up for you guys, if you want. Or I'll just read it. It says faith as a resource. So I don't want to read this out. I'm gonna talk about the new earth. I don't know these. New earth energy concept. Okay, so I'm just gonna read the new earth energy and ascension concept. Concept overview. In a new age and metaphysical belief system, the new earth refers to a coming era of higher consciousness and harmony. This idea holds that humanity is shifting into a more heart-centered, fifth-dimensional reality with more love and peace. Ascension is described as a process by which individuals on the planet raise their vibrational frequency to reach its enlightened state. Emotional effects. Practitioners, I can open up like quantum healing, health, and stuff too. Emotional effects. Practitioners often report unusual mental effects to the shifts, which is like, oh, you're bipolar. For example, one spiritual writer notes the more sensitive people, like, okay, I'm very sensitive. I cry over everything. I cry when I see somebody cry, right? It's not empathy. It's actually feeling like when I said I would walk out into the world and I'd get miserable. It's because I was getting a raised energy attached to me, good and bad. But we didn't know. We were going to hate you. We didn't know that saying all this hateful things was going to like come back and get us. It's like what you do to them. This is the true cliche bullshit that's true. What you do to somebody else, you're actually doing it to yourself. So anyway, so unusual. Okay, so this is like sensitive people. Unusual anxiety, restlessness, which I barely sleep, with no clear cause, attributing it to old energy patterns dissolving and new energies coming in. And then there was a time where I was having these episodes. Remember, Mir? Oh God, I don't even know how to explain them. I never felt them before. I thought I was dying. It wasn't an actual like anxiety attack. I wake up and I feel like there's something is getting me. There's invisible walls around me. They're closing in. I can't. If somebody's around me, I throw up. I get sweaty, cold, uncomfortable, and I beg for it to end. And it's like I found out. I think it's Kundalini awakening. I think. Please God, guides and guardians, it can never happen again. It happens. And I thought also it was like a nerve thing because I was going through a lot. I was just finding out the secrets that my parents were holding from us for 47 years. So I was breaking. I think. I was trying to attribute it to that, but like I'm telling you, when I say I can't take Xanax, I told him to go get me a motherfucking Xanax. I have a Xanax, I'm taking it, and just handcuff me because it was the worst thing. I couldn't tell you what was getting me. I couldn't tell you if anything was getting me. To me, it was either a psychic attack or it was a Kundalini awakening. Kundalini is supposed to be enjoyable. This was not. This starts out feeling like it was a withdrawing of something because I swear to God, I sweat protrusively when this happens. I take my blood pressure medicine and I feel like somebody's fucking getting me and I can't, don't touch me, get away from me. I can't have anybody around me. I walk around and I beg the guides and guardians for it to end. But yeah, and go to a doctor. No, sorry. That's the problem. No, that's the scary thing is that when things like that happen, I have to beg the universe. I have to live in faith that God, like Jesus and Source, and I can heal myself. And like I said, got the COVID shot. Got the never got sick, never got COVID. Live over the shore, around people that 24/7, barely wear a mask. It's the flu. I'm convinced. We found out about the lies. How do you pardon our God? How do you pardon Fauci? What did he do? What did he do? Anyway, my whole blood pressure and all that started after that. So I blame Bravo because I would have never ever got a vaccine. I've tried to detox so many times. I'm so mad at myself. Candace calls it vax injured. I'm vax injured. Like I don't know what they did to us. And they've tried to dumb us down and get rid of the spirituality concept. They did not want us to figure this out because they can't control us then. And everybody's like, oh, but we live great. Oh, we're America, we're America. You guys realize how they are, how fucked up they are to us. They've been killing us slowly because it's just it's just like a fucking control. And if they don't like you and they don't like what you're doing, you see what happens. And I don't want to hear they made a mistake and the Secret Service makes that many fucking inconsistent mistakes. And the president's there. I'm sorry, what? Fire you, goodbye. Like, what are you even here for? Why are you here? Why are you here if you can't protect the president? Like, and knowingly, you know what I'm saying? Those mistakes were too fucking intentional. Thank God he turned his fucking head, or Biden would have killed him. And that's the fucking. And I don't care if anybody's mad at me. It's the fucking truth. And he's going to find out. And the Epstein files, Cash Patel looks like he's seen a goddamn ghost. What does that tell you? Every time it comes up, he's like, he saw a ghost. They lied to us about Diddy. All this, oh yeah, yeah, oh it's evidence, yeah, yeah. Conferences, oh yeah, evidence. He's doing this, 11 kids, A-list celebrities, kitties, all this. So then get a bunch of people going, oh, I got raped by Diddy. And then 3 years of people talking about all this stuff. Now he's going to go to prison, go to trial. The motherfuckers, they have nothing. They have nothing. They have one. I said a long time ago, so watch us only have Cassie. So watch Cassie be their only witness to what? No fucking tapes. All that shit was lies. So if the FBI can lie to you, what do you think they're doing? The CIA's been lying to us. Fucking literally, like all those programs that they did, they have been literally making me feel like I'm bipolar because they put stuff into the air to make me have anxiety. That's why I say, look, it's a spirituality thing for me. I needed to feel the pains. I needed to go through the thing, go through the emotions. Right, and even now, like when something happens, I like to feel the fucking. For some reason, I don't want to mask it. Like if I have to cry, I'm not fucking crying. I get mad when I can't cry because I can't. When I want to cry, I want to cry outside. I want to be with my plants. So I cry, get it out. But I have neighbors. It's embarrassing. So it's like poor George has to see me lose my mind. He hates when I cry, but he thinks it's him. It's not him. I don't know what he thinks actually. I don't even know if he loves me anymore. That's a stupid thing to say. Because I said to my mom a long time ago, I said, Mom, we're just happy being here. We're just happy being ourselves. We don't have to go and do things we don't need to. She's like, Chris, that's fine. Me and your father don't do anything to me. I said, we don't do anything either. We're great. Don't leave him because it's you feel like emotionally abandoned. And I'm like, I know it's me. I'm too needy, and I'm like making him feel like he did something wrong and blah blah blah. And my mom's like, no, everybody's like that. And she wasn't. She was lying to us. She was enjoying her life. She was enjoying the guys. I'm just saying she's having an affair. I'm just saying. I'm sorry, Mom. It's 12 bananas. I don't know what you want to call it. Whatever you did, it was something. And you're with him now, and you moved out, and you're with Aunt Barbie, and she understands because I'll say why she understands. She hasn't talked to me in a year though. The reason my aunt who actually raised me and lives with us with my parents, and my Aunt Barbie and my mom's sister living with her haven't called me back in a year. What the fuck is that about? The fuck did I do to you? My godmother of all people. Listen, my mom had a picture of the dude on her Facebook like right after she left my dad by mistake. I lost my goddamn mind. That was very disrespectful. Well, guess what? I'm your adult daughter, and you're my father doesn't. Why is this motherfucker? Like I would literally, me and my dad and my sister were driving to this dude's house at one point. Like we weren't like I saw things. I saw the text messages. I know. My brother, on the other hand, I don't know what the fuck he thinks. I don't even know. I'm so no offense, Lauren, if you're watching, but like I have to deal with my mom. I can't be. I don't come to things because I can't believe my brother is just. I don't know. I have a totally different outlook than my brother does, and it's my real brother. So yeah. So to me, to just be, it's I love you and all, but like I feel like I don't know. I don't know what the fuck is happening. I'm like, you guys you don't have to be okay with. I mean, you can be. She's around them. She obviously is with all of them all the time. My brother, and my sister-in-law, because of the kids. I don't know if it's kids or what. She doesn't care. My podcast isn't important enough. I don't know what it is. It is what it is. So this is the most important thing I have. So you go around your family, you would think like, oh my God, Krista, you're on stage. Oh, Krista, you're doing so well. Krista, you're getting paid. Like, how's your podcast? No, nothing. It's like I've had live shows, don't come. And this is all before this stuff happened. So I'm just making people aware that I'm not being spiteful. It sounds like I am. I guess I'm being spiteful. I just don't have it in me to sit. It hurts me to sit around and like everybody talking about their stuff and all. And I say nothing because nobody has to say one mother thing about what I'm doing. So it's like you guys didn't want me there to begin with. So guess what? Now you don't get me at all. And it sounds very spiteful. I'm working on it, but things happen, and I protect my peace. It's not like it's just being around people that they literally you're like, Jesus Christ, am I here? Why am I here? Why are you inviting me? Like, I don't get it. Why did you invite me? I don't understand. Did you have to? That's how I truly feel. We're just different people, and I love my family. Oh yeah, Lauren's here. Hi, Lauren. And that's the other Lauren. My sister-in-law's Lauren. Look, I am tired of being the only one that you know, I'm always the one like, oh, I'm not it's me. I'm bipolar. I love my mom. I don't, it's half the reason is because I don't. It's not really because I don't. They're not talking about me. They're not asking me. It is a little bit annoying. It's fuck. It's not, I wonder if they even noticed it. It's like I wish I could. It's like I don't know. 4 years. Even if you think I'm an idiot, you don't like reality TV. Do you like football and you go to my brother's stuff? I'm just saying. It is what it is. Line dancing out till 10, but my shows are over by 10, and oh yeah, we're gonna come. I get to buy VIP seats. Oh, guess why they're empty? Because last minute they don't want to come. That's the shit that I get upset about. But that's neither here nor there. I was working on getting your event, and then something happened to my family, and I'm like, now I'm not crazy. You all are fucking nuts. You all are absolutely fucked up. Because I say things that I feel, and it's like I'm sorry that you fucking don't like it. But when I was fucked up, you told me about my stuff. I'm pretty sure you did. You know, and it's like my stepmom was the only one that was being like would literally talk to me and tell me that she knew my feelings were valid. Thank God, because she's really goddamn smart. And even though she's fighting with my dad and he deserves it, like she is the one that got me through this, like this last year. Yeah, she's doing her. Yeah, I understand that, but she can do that after. She could have done that after. She didn't have. That's fine. It's the 3 years that was going on before she left him that I'm like we had no idea. She did not even say a word. She acted like everything. She had no sign. It just freaks me out. It freaks me out. People are like, oh, you don't know your parents' business. Everybody knows their parents' character, though, right? You know your parents' character. Imagine finding out the character of the person you think an angel. Thank God she's not perfect, though, right? Thank God, Mom, you're not perfect. But I don't know who. I don't understand that the person that did that. And the thing is not. It's not no. There's things that went on when I found out from a long time ago. It is what it is. I'm dealing with now. I know the truth about everything. Now that I absolutely know the truth about stuff. Now I deal with it. And that me and my uncles are good. And make Dusha and my pops aren't here, but we're talking to me and family. They actually get it. Thank God. 'Cause my uncle's like, Uncle Matt's like, you're valid about it. I'm like, okay, well then they must be NPCs because it's like they look at me like I'm an idiot. And like the way I communicate, don't gaslight me. Like I'm not yelling at you. Get over it. Like the things I'm saying are my goddamn, I'm valid. Look at me being all angry and stuff, trying to be spiritual in here. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. I'm probably gonna apologize a lot. I'm gonna try to clean up my shows when I do this stuff. I think probably me just I think I need a therapy session or something. I don't know. I ask for advice about my mom all the time, but you know, I love her. She's an angel. She really my mom is the sweetest little bitch. I don't know who this when I think about these things, I'm like I was reading things, I'm like, oh my god. I called this motherfucker up and said, my mother's 70. You don't call her sexy, you fucking piece of shit. Because I don't give a fuck about him. He has actually. This is the worst part. I'm sorry, mom. That's this thing. He's a dying fiance, a dying wife or something. 18 years, dying wife at home. Why would I like him? I didn't like him for a long time. I didn't like him when I was younger. My mom dated him when I was younger. I didn't even. I was 6. Who the hell? I don't know things, but I didn't like him for some reason. Just being 6-year-old, weird, right? Well, guess what? I really like him. I was like, mother. It's a funny. It's not. It's really funny when you think about it. Because I mean, they know they deserve it. Literally 2 days before my mom leaves, my dad gets a random phone call, and on this phone call, tells him that is your wife Anne-Marie Clancy? Yes. Well, she's cheating on you with Keith Lambiasi, and it's in the New England House, the BJ's parking lot. Da, da, da. And like my dad hangs up to them, and I'm like, guys, guess it's just prank, just prank. That's how much we did not think. We thought it was a joke. Never in a million years did. 3 days later was, oh, you're leaving for Keith Lambiasi. Holy fucking, where's my mother? Anne-Marie, are you around? And we had a conversation once. She doesn't want to talk about it. She refuses to. That's fine. I'm so glad that she's happy. It just freaks me the fuck out that there's things that like I just don't know how you could ever say to me, how do I sleep at night? And I get it. How did I sleep at night? I don't know. But not how motherfucker have you ever slept at night? I mean, I'm not kidding. I could I'm saying too much as it is right now. But guess what? You guys are my people, and I'm sorry that I got sidetracked, and it's just fuck, man. Like it's really fucked up. but I'm not over it, but I am over it. I'm over it. My processing is me repeating myself and repeating it because I know that I said this a million times. I've said this. I've gone over this probably in the last year. I said the same thing over and over. And I say things about I process the shit with Jack. I'm repeating myself every day for years. And I do it with Teresa, and like you guys will be on my co-host, and you don't say anything, and you let me just go, and I appreciate that. I really want to try to stop doing that. But sometimes my processing is for some fucking reason I need to say it. I can't just it can't just be in my head. Like, it can't be like my mother where I just hold things in. That's how you get cancer. Liz Joanna told us that. Remember? I thought she was. I laughed when she said that. Here's to find out it's true. It's actually fucking true. And there's more proof that you hold secrets in. Like, if you have like a secret or and you're holding it or you're holding things in it, you don't listen. When you don't tell things, my mom had cancer 4 times, and then when she finally left, she got bit. She's better. She's better. Like, she got better last year, and then she left. I mean, my sister, like, she left us. She left us. She actually didn't physically. She physically moved out of my dad's house. Or my dad's house, their house, my parents' house. I don't know whose house to call it now. So they moved back here. Another house. The shore house is empty. What the fuck? It's just wow. But guess what? If she's happy, she's happy. And it actually brought us a lot closer, all of us, except my poor dad is devastated. He's still waiting for his wife to come back. Can you imagine? High school sweethearts married, and everybody thought. I never thought. I was like, I didn't think she had in her. To be honest with you, I didn't. She said she didn't think she. She said she didn't think she was going to leave. She was going to continue the affair. I said, "What's the end game?" I don't know. I'm like, "What, mom? She's not because of money or anything. She's fine." I don't know. It's weird. She left her whole entire life, like, and I love my mom, and I'm glad that she's happy. But she got all new things. I think she took her clothes, some pictures. You go to my parents' house, and it's so my mom lives there. I mean, her like stuff still sitting on like a couch. You know what I mean? She just out. Like, she comes back there and she hates it. And then a couple times I've talked to her, I understand why with her reasoning, but like she could have changed that. The thing is, like, she didn't want to, and it's crazy to me. And it's like my dad didn't even have the chance to fix anything. And it's like now it's like she says he would never do it. Well, she knows her husband, but I mean he didn't give him a chance to change. And she said it would be too much. And my sister, it's just a lot. There's a whole lot that made her leave, and she's so happy. And there's another thing. The way that they grew up, my mom's Italian, my grandparents are right off the boat. You didn't talk about your feelings. You didn't do things wrong. So the things that she left my dad for my biological dad for, he's an alcoholic and he was an outlaw. So of course, go back to my yes, Anne Marie, you can come home. Yes, you and your kids, Angel, Catholic. You're leaving him because you need to divorce him because he's an alcoholic. Yes, you can come home with your kids. If she would have told them other things that what she was doing, they wouldn't have accepted back. So she holds the secret in because she's selfish, because she has to go back to my grandparents, and then she just keeps it in for the rest of her life. She would have told her that, and it's the thing. I didn't know about this, but the thing is, I get it. How I just like, oh my god, that's the most selfish thing I've ever heard, and I just did not think that she had her. And I don't know how. Say, I wish I didn't know this stuff, but I needed to. The thing is, it is what it is. I'm working it out on my own, in my own spiritual way. And everybody's like, we'd be happy for her. I am. Let's not get it twisted. I'm upset about the person that was having an affair for 3 years and did not every Christmas and holidays. I text messages every single day. I read every single one, going back 3 years, because of course Vin's are my dad's name. The first thing we did was, and she found out about that, but you're caught. Like, my head purchased. She left on her own. She told me she's leaving. She didn't say if she was leaving for another person. That we found that out later, but it's me. That's why. And now it's all. I get so angry when I think about that text. There's so many things that this person said to my mother, but you're sleeping with another man's wife, you scumbag. You know what I mean? Fuck you, Keith. Fuck you. I'm glad my mother loves you. I don't know what she sees in you, dude, but like, you're leaving. Your wife has cancer, and you're fucking my mother. My mom's sick, or you don't leave her when she has. You know what I'm saying? That's like weird. Like, fuck off, dude. And his wife does not know. She's dying of cancer. Me and my dad talked to him. We're like, the one thing we will never do is we could not do that. Let her die in peace. You know what I mean? What a fucking goddamn shame. I just don't. And it's like, okay, you're happy, but just leave your fucking spouse. Do the right thing. But again, why do you? Whatever, man. Fuck off. Whatever. Sorry. Not you, mom. Not you. I love you, mom. The other dude. The dude. I'm never gonna like him. So let's just get it out there. Keith, you're a fucking piece of shit. Keith Lambiasi. She makes my dad cut his hair, right? Well, here, hippie freak. He hated it. Did not want to cut his hair. She leaves. We look at the pictures of, dude, long motherfucking hair. How sad. Dad, I'm sorry about that. It is funny now. It's not funny. It was a year yesterday that she left. So, and he's not an angel. I have things that I could, I have I have friends that I've cut off that were sleeping with my father-in-law. Yes, my father-in-law sleeping with my friend before he died. Okay, I find out, and then my dad and my friends were trying to get with my stepdad too. So it's like there's things that like were said that I don't know what happened, but like I thought that he was going to be the one who fucked up, or he did, or I didn't think she's thinking of. She would say sometimes, "Oh, I hate him. I'll leave. I'll leave. I'll leave." And we're like, "You're right, mom. You're right." And then like years would go by and things would be okay. Like I never thought it's. I'm like, look, I'm kind of proud of her, but like when I think about the secrets, that's the thing that fucks me up. It's the sneaky. I used to be a sneak. I don't think I was a sneak. A snake, snitches. I don't like it. It's that covers it all. Okay, it covers it all. I don't, like. Listen, I've tried really hard to not be those people, and it just makes me that this. I don't like being dismissed. I don't like sneaks. I don't like people to sit there and like will accuse you of something or say something to you and then block you or something. You can't like argue back. It's a sneak snitch. Anyway, I don't want that stuff. I literally have to stop. I got to let go of something that happened yesterday or 2 days ago and just move on because I can't have that energy in my life. I sucked me into the weeds with these people, with somebody that was completely and the thing was all made up. And I'm not going to say names, but like I was flabbergasted, shocked. I'm like, this is fucking Delulu. And I'm like, I think it was a test. I think there was a test put in front of me because of the new earth that like, and I kind of failed because I was trying to calmly speak and reply, but I couldn't. I kept ending with you fucking what the fuck, you're fucking crazy, you fucking crazy. Like it was like, okay, I'm responding, telling you that I'm not ready to respond because I can't right now because I think we and I say things like really rude, like you're being fucking delusional, but you are. I'm sorry, but you are, and I can't have that because look what happens to me. Anyway, this is not supposed to be about me. I keep saying, let me go read some more stuff for you because there's good stuff here. I promise. This is enough about me after tonight. Spirituality, read that part. Okay, so treatments, engagement, okay, faith. Okay, where am I at here? Sorry about that. I want to get to where I talk about ADHD. I'm sorry, and like with the numerous energies and what the energies have to do with it. The link between spirituality, addiction, and recovery, including scientific studies and mental health implications. Okay, so that's what I have down here. Sorry, guys. I don't even know how to read things either. I'm sorry. Spiritual and addiction recovery. Okay, so faith is a resource. Research shows spirituality and religious faith strongly support recovery. Example, one review found that more than 84% of scientific studies show that faith is a positive factor in indication, prevention, and recovery. And listen to this, the most 12-step programs with reliance on the higher power incorporate spiritualism. So back in the day when I was learning, obviously I was in NA forever, learning the 12 steps, and I'm reading them. They didn't resonate with me at all. I just thought, okay, how boring, or how whatever. They are actually, every step is a step to ascension, for ascension. Like like higher power. I was like, oh my God. These are 12 steps to ascension, to clearing out your soul. And I was like, wow. Like, wow. I could read them to you, but like they're not in front of me and I can't forget them. Like it's like self-inventory and making amends and literally ascension, like what you need to reach your vibration. And if you mean it, by the way. Okay, so nobody's listening, David's okay. Modern guidelines encourage including a base in spirituality beliefs. I want to find where I can reach you about the star seeds. Okay, what is self-medication? I tell you, I'm a self-medicator, right? So sometimes there's underlying issues, right? So addiction, I don't ever really find somebody that just gets high for fun, and if they do, good for you, and you can stop. But when it starts to negatively affect your life, it becomes a problem. It did that for me for a long time. I say now, as an adult, I don't give a fuck if you do drugs. I'm not mad at you for it. It's denying the thing. If you act like a piece of shit about it, like I have people like the drug, you wouldn't even know, right? But then there's people like my other friend who's just like it's every day. It's like a chase every day. I'm like, I can't. What do you mean you're chasing drugs? Now I have plants to feed. I have cats to lay with. I have like a podcast to run. And before, yeah, I would have been ripping and running with you once in a while. But I don't. That life to me was so horrible. I'm gonna pick them up. wrong thing, wrong thing. Right, I'm live. Come see me, Shannon. I'm talking about her life. I was trying to wake her up too. She's into spirituality a little bit. Um, Addiction, resistance, learn. I think as a numbing agent, yeah, numbing agents, emotional experiences does not get rid of the symptoms go away, but the addiction is still there. So effective treatment involves facing life's problems rather than ignoring them and numbing them. In practice, this means addressing core mental health or emotional issues rather than just relapse and substance abuse prevents relapse. Self-medicating means to use drugs or alcohol to cope with distressing symptoms of a mental or physical health problem. People often do this instinctively when they feel no other relief. For instance, over 20% of people with anxiety or depression and about 40% with bipolar disorder have reportedly used substances to ease their symptoms. I said it was the answer to life. I was sociable. Oh God, this thing is it's picking up what I'm saying. Sorry. It just sent me a message. Ignore that. It was picking up what I was saying on the live and sent you a text. What the fuck are you talking about? People. Okay, so why this happens? Difficult life events, grief, abuse, trauma can trigger substance use to relieve emotional pain. Many use substances because they see no other way. Take the edge off. Yep. Unpleasant feelings. It provides short-term relief, but it bypasses addressing the root causes. Long-term consequences, like me. Studies emphasize that self-medication often worsens mental health over time. One review notes that over time, self-medication can complicate the management of mental health issues and can exacerbate disorders, e.g., cocaine use can worsen bipolar symptoms. And I knew that. In the U.S., about 30% of people with substance abuse issues also have a diagnosed mental illness. These problems feed off each other. It's called dual diagnosis. Experts recommend treating both substance use and underlying mental health together. Standard care is integrated treatment. Addresses the trauma, stress, and psychiatric symptoms alongside the addiction. In other words, one must fix the underlying issues. Yeah. So here's New Earth energy. Concept overview. In New Earth, I don't read this, you guys. Is there anything good in here? Okay. New Earth refers to a coming era of higher consciousness and harmony. This idea holds that humanity is shifting into a more heart-centered fifth dimensional reality. With more love, unity, and peace. Ascension is described as the process by which individuals and the planet raise their vibrational frequency to raise this enlightened state. This is from quantumhealing.com. I'll open them in a minute. Emotional effects. I think I read this to you guys already. Practitioners and usually restlessness, no clear cause, attributing to old pattern. Positive reframe. New Earth teachings encourage releasing fear and negative thoughts. Some claim that once people align with the divine light, the New Earth and of the New Earth energy, competition, worry, and other low vibe patterns drop away. And if mental well-being improves as one's more connected to love, support, and universal consciousness through the metaphysical belief, not scientifically proven, but the studies have shown. It might as well be proven. Lack of scientific evidence. It is important to note that there is no lack of scientific evidence. It's just not a science that has recognized a New Earth or measures its effects. Although reports of ascension symptoms come from personal and spiritual accounts. No medical or physical research has been done, but it does substantiate energy-based planet-wide shifts that are affecting mental health. So these ideas do remain speculative, but are basically proven, but not in our 3-day way that they say that we have to do it. So now that I'm talking about now this is about AI Atlas, okay? This was, to me, when it was coming in, I was like, oh my God, and I started to hear things about it and all. Let's see if there's any, I don't want to it says this comment, that's what science is telling us. But there's a lot of people like this guy on there that are astronomers that have ended up being like channelers too, and they're channeling energy from this, and that's where they get information. Okay, so science view. Astronomers emphasize, well, first of all, it's an interstellar object called 3A Atlas, circled, as seen in the telescope data when I have pictures of it. Okay. Well, there's pictures of it. Have you guys seen it? It's cute. It gets all different colors, y'all. Every time you do that, I cry. Like literally, I get really upset when you do that. But like, I guess yeah, because now that you said it, I sure. It's another thing. There's like a couple of people that I like that I stopped watching because my mental health was really hard because I wanted their attention and I couldn't get it. And then so I had to step away from it and not wonder what's up with them and like stop paying attention. As after his mom passed, I stopped supporting him. He's never once supported me back. But sure, what happened? Did he get a new gig or something? A new co-host? Did he get married or not? Something else I missed? He's not a part of. So I get very like. There's only a couple of people that they get me like that. It's only because I supported them so much. And Ryan was the person that inspired me to even do this. I didn't know he's like me. I didn't know there's another person that hated Jack as much as I did. But sure. What about Jack? Did I share this? Sure, I'm trying to share this. Sorry, that's not letting me. Anyway. Let's see. Meditation is a good practice. Mindfulness. Okay. Astronomers identify AI atlas as an interstellar comet. Telescopes show a dust and ice comet and water on emissions that's consistent with a comet, but that's not a spacecraft. People have claimed that some channels of AI atlas is a alien probe discovering technology. This is proven to be true. It sends flood energy to upgrade humanity and trigger a new Earth ascension. Mainstream astronomers and agencies call those alien ship claims very supported, and the observations show cometary outgassing. However, it's something we've never seen. As a viral pattern, it's there's something a desire for hope, stories about benevolent tech saviors. Yes, it's a psychological angle. It's a time of crisis. People want external rescue. This is what they're here for. This is what they've been waiting for. Healing our traumas. Believe as much as the next person, but if you want to be on the most benevolent timeline available, just believe in the new earth energies. Heal the root of your problems. Spirituality supports this; it does not replace it. Use community spiritual groups like us. Watch out for bypassing it. If it doesn't feel good, then yeah, whatever it doesn't serve you, you get rid of it. They're emotionally soothing stories out there. They call them, they're not treatment plans, they're just literally healing your soul. It's NDEs, stories to your soul. Near-death experiences. There's thousands of them, thousands. There's one channel, Jeff Murray, I watched every single one. And they still, people have had them and they never talked about it because you would get looked at like like you guys are looking at me right now. Like I told you, Dolores Cannon was my teacher. They were teaching claims. So dual Earth split. Cannon often described that the old Earth with dense, fear-based energies as separating from the new Earth, higher vibration, more peace, love, and harmony. Souls will choose which Earth to occupy based on resonance or frequency. Okay. Notes are cautious. Vibrational shift and energetic cleansing. She claimed the Earth is going through energetic winds of change that cleanse negativity, shift frequencies, and change the structure of time, memory, and consciousness. Time, speeding up, memory. Either I forget things and I try to remember something is I don't retrace my steps anymore. It just comes to me. It's weird. It's structure, time, memory, and consciousness. Time distortion and memory lapses. As part of the shift, people will experience time speeding up, memory gaps, disorientation, or forgetting the purpose of being in certain spaces. I keep saying because energy is shifting faster than our mind can track. Higher dimension and light bodies. In the new Earth, the human allegedly evolved into a less denser body. We are made with carbon bodies, and we will return to our light bodies. More aligned with the light, less bound to karma and old 3D limitations. Choice and free will. Dolores Cannon stressed that souls have free will. You do not have to ascend if you do not want to. If you don't want to resonate with it, stay on the old Earth. The new Earth isn't forced. Those who choose old Earth or lower vibrations can stay and come back late, come and work on their things and come later. And the people that have dropped out of my life, I thought it's just weird. Like I don't even think about it. Roller, it's hard to say that. It's like they don't. It's like not a bad thing or a good thing. It's just I don't know you. You know what I mean? It's just the way. And my life is but I get lonely. Podcast. A lot of podcasts for spirituality. Facilitators claim the new Earth is already here energetically, but those vibrational choice will align with it. She said we are shedding old frequencies, reorganizing memory, and evolving into lighter forms, but it's voluntary. You on a subconscious level. You don't get forced into this shift. You choose it. Yeah, like I talked to my brother about it. He chooses not to listen to anything and live in his 3-year world. That's his choice. That's fine. Like nobody's asking you. I was just asking how you felt about it. 3 waves of volunteers. What are more of her popular dramatic teachings? Below is how she describes them, which roles they play, how they struggle, and how to recognize them. Now, the purpose behind 3 waves of volunteers. According to Cannon and others, when Earth was on a dangerous path, especially after nuclear events, beings from elsewhere were asked to volunteer and incarnate on Earth to raise energy, stabilize the planet, and assist in humanity's evolution. These volunteer souls often forget their mission upon incarnation because memories are suppressed and wiped, making earthly life more challenging. Their presence helps soften and shift the collective energy without even knowing it, even without over activism. Their energy itself is said to be a catalyst. Dolores often says that some of us can walk into a room or walk into like a mall or something, and our light is so bright and so big and so great and like so positive that it literally heals every person in the mall or in the stadium. They say so. And I said, what about me? I'm not a teacher. I'm not anything. What am I here to do? Like, how am I here to help shift the earth? Well, I choose to be here. I choose to do the wrong work and not to remember it. To have all this. And after 40, my second half of life was to be healed and heal others and heal and help raise awareness. And I said, well, I'm like a gossip podcaster. And I'm saying this to guides and guardians. And they're like, oh, it's okay, hon. They said it's my voice. You guys are going to laugh. It's the inflection in my voice that heals others. I know, right? I can't stand it. And I'm like, they're like, talk all you want. Talk. Oh, good. Good for him. Oh, I didn't know her name, Rebecca. Oh, wow. Wow, this mom. Wow. That's amazing. Oh, wow. A baby girl. Oh, wow. Good for him. He needs to marry her now. Well, he's happy. Oh, he needed that. I'm happy for him. Good for him. Good for him. Where's I at? It's okay. I'm reading it. I'm going to read them as we go. I know, Terry. I'm reading everything you say. I get it, and I know I ask everybody for advice. It's hard for me to get. It's hard for me to understand that. But you guys are talking about what afterwards, after she left. What about before that? You know what I mean? That's the problem I have, unfortunately. Hey, Stinky. Sorry, I'm not in the mood to drug thing. I'm okay. I'm talking about like the newer, the older. I might save this for Friday though, guys, because it's getting late. We'll talk about star seeds and all that on Friday, and anything else. And anybody that's here, I know that nobody's really listening to me. Except for my wonderful crew. Trying. We gotta get. Okay, I need more views, guys. I need to get more people in my live to come into the live. I don't know what's happening. I don't know if it's not getting. Do you guys get notifications? That's first. Just let me know if you get a notification that I'm live. It's weird. Like a week will be really good, and I'm not complaining. I love you guys, but like I want to reach more people, And then I'm not talking about this because people look at me and oh, she's a weirdo, blah blah blah. But I noticed that like the people I thought that about me, they're literally going through the same stuff. I'm like, oh my god, we're like the same person. It's just weird that they don't show it like I do. It doesn't shine through like me. But anyway, I love you all. Thanks for listening. Sorry I went a little deep. I needed to. I am gonna get into all this on Friday. Every Friday, I think we're gonna do it at 6 or 7. And I'm gonna make it thumbnail now so everybody knows about it. I thought that doing evening streams would be better for more people, but apparently not. You guys show up more in the daytime. But hello Instagram. I see it's over there. You guys can type, would be nice. I don't even know. Alright, guys, hey Noel, I'll get you on Discord. I am on Discord, I haven't set it up yet though. I mean I set it up, I did it for the Sears thing. I'm actually probably gonna pop over to his channel, go to his channel right now. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with Willard. Because, spirituality and it's true crime. Lindsay's going to be with me on Friday. The housewife historian will join us on Friday. We're going to be talking about, oh, I can't. Do you guys want some Jersey tea real quick or no? Never mind. Maybe it's not for everybody. Anyway, I love you all. Thanks for today. Thanks for earlier. Thanks for listening to me rant for an hour. I will get into the other stuff more. I have more time now to this is a last minute thing. But I love y'all. And if anybody's listening, with addiction, please come talk to us on Friday. I'm trying to figure out how to drop this my number into my YouTube. Even if you just want to leave a message and say that I'm going through this, pray for me. I'm going through this heavy level of labor. Let's whose side are you on? Are you on Lisa's side? Blah blah. Call. You can do that. I'm gonna try to set up tonight. It's probably very easy. And I'm gonna make it so you guys can call. And if anybody has an idea, just for extra, try to figure out how to get more people in here. I don't know if people are doing it. Like, I hate it. 'Cause then like it's me. It's me. It's gotta be me. All right, guys. I love you. Thanks for sticking by me. I'll get you in the chat, the IGs.